Bad Daddy. Don't know what song it is.
It keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does it keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad Daddy.
Yes.
Metallica.
Not your son.
Thank you, Larry.
I didn't want to
You're the
hear
only
it
one.
again.
You're the only one who understands.
Oh my god, that's on stream. That's amazing. Someone cap that face.
Do not cap it.
Please do.
There you go. Yes. Yes.
No. Stop.
Oh, you're muted. Good job.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am Uncommon. Welcome to Uncommon Gaming. This is Delving Deep, episode 28, and as I just said a moment ago, I'm pretty sure I can count. I, in fact, said the episode number twice, and I said 28, so it must be the truth. If it isn't now, welcome to episode 28. It's now 28. Hello, and thank you for the subs, Jamie May Odinson, Spoopy gifting over to Larry, and SkyZu with the raid earlier from her channel. Thanks for that. You were
My
streaming.
calendar says that
A
it's
bunch.
episode 29.
Oh, jeez. Mine probably does, too. Did we skip an episode?
I don't know.
It's numbered. I looked last time we called it 27.
But
Really, this should be episode 30 because the New Year's episode is canon.
But
Oh
I've
my
got
God.
I've got it written down for 2 months starting today as 29. So I really hope I was right.
Oh, man. Well, I'll go. I mean, I say I'm going to go back, but next week we'll have this conversation all over again, and I'm going to go episode 29 because
And
that's
I'm gonna
what
go,
the title
no,
of
it's
the.
episode 30.
If you guys just
You know
want to
what,
do
Casey?
some.
What we should do is you should just say welcome to episode, and then we just dub you over.
You assume
where's
I
this
do.
I agree.
You assume I want to do any post-production on this. I was looking at it today. There's a streamer. I don't know his name, but he's like, starting stream first time in the cave. I was like, all right, let's see what this thing is. And it's this whole room he's got set up. It's really dark. It's got all his purple lights, the neon lights a lot of streamers have. But he's just got another dude, like 30 feet that way on the other side of the room on a computer, just doing all of his stream work, moderating like live in an office. Stream dreams,
Damn.
y'all.
That's so professional.
Right? I have a computer. Just come over and sit right here.
Just make Brandy
I'll
do
be
it.
right over.
There's honestly it would be so hard for me to let go of all the little buttons. Cuz it would for a
Yeah.
month it would be like, "Hey, no, not that screen. Press that button. No, the volume." Oh, well.
You mean you don't want me to just hit Bad Daddy over?
In the middle of him talking, bad daddy.
No, there we
Right.
go.
Well, you don't want me in control of buttons. Most of the time in my stream, I forget to unmute myself.
If I'm ever making like ninja money or Dr. Disrespect money, we'll do it. I'll bring Joy down and some other staff members and
Don't make Dr. Disrespect money, because then we actually have kids watching us, and I can't handle that kind of pressure.
I swear too much to be
I'm
safer.
honestly, he
children.
swears all the time. I have no idea how that's kid friendly. Just because kids watch you, don't mean you. I don't know.
No, yeah, just
It's
because
weird.
kids watch me, I actually have a conscience.
Have you ever
and
sat
I
down
could-
at a length and watched his stream?
No.
It is really good.
once.
He's super high production value, super high energy, and just good at gaming. It's really intuitively I want to dislike the guy, but he's really good at what he does. It's gross. All right, so yes, everybody noticed that the prices went up a bit.
Nobody noticed, not a single person.
Immediately noticed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything.
I will say what we are shifting and rethinking the points a little bit, but for now we've raised the price and we've limited the interactions. For example, you can only critically hit 5 times an episode. You can
Well,
only
you can't only critically hit 5 times.
Right.
Well,
Like grant.
no, I mean that's the only way the crits happen, right?
So if
Points.
we roll 5 crits,
I-
nobody can give us crits?
I go.
Hey,
I-
thank you, Sandra. Thank you
damn
for
it,
the gift
Cedric.
subs. 163 gifts. I missed my he subbed on his own today to Goner stream, and I was like, ah shit, I missed an opportunity to gift sub Sadra.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, go
I
ahead.
could not try and keep up with Cedric. He would just be like, I'm going to click, and he's like, Cedra, subscribe. Motherfucker.
Also,
I
real
super
quick,
appreciate it.
retreading and going back to previous conversation because I checked for you guys. Jamie, I'm sorry, you're wrong. This is episode 28.
I have to rewrite everything.
Also, quick side note: on the YouTube, episode 12 was uploaded before episode 11.
It's really bad on the playlist. I can't get him to swap spaces because of the upload date. I'm just fucked.
Can't you manually change the date or no?
You know, that's a really good question. Post-production, we've had this conversation. I'm joking. Yes, I could probably do a little better at all the post stuff. Because I tell you what happens is, after this episode, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go to content, video content. I'm going to highlight. I'm just going to, right before, I'm not even listening to the intro of Bad Daddy. I'm just boop, boop, chop, chop, send it over YouTube. And then next week, when I remember that I did that, I got to go to YouTube then and do all the details.
They're in the right order on the playlist. You already fixed this problem that you think you have.
Fuck yes, I'm smart. Past me, thank you so much. All right, so as we were saying, the points have limits: 5 times for critical hits, unlimited
don't
inspiration, 3 abysses, and 1 cause trouble. Just to reel it in a bit, last week was a lot of fun. But if we have that every single episode, it is going to detract from my ability to tell a story eventually. Not yet, though, because I'm flawless and perfect. And thank you again for the gift sub. 164, Sadra. You're on
Damn.
fire. The points don't matter.
Jesus,
Whose line is it anyway?
Essentially, Casey's just trying to say, you guys made him too erect from last week. He's trying to come down off
Shut
that
him
high.
down. Shut him down. The dream is
Mute him.
collapsing.
I'll tell you, on other people's streams, and we were talking about this a moment ago, the cussing and the sexual references are so high, and I'm always like, how are you not? Am I allowed to say fuck that many times? Can I do that many innuendos, and I'm just gonna be okay?
You can say it twice before the Federal Movie Commission will make you a rated R.
I wish they would take the time to rate me. What are you on a scale to G to R?
God, I am
NC-17.
very much an R. Like
Well, actually,
especially when I play Dark Souls. Especially when I play Dark Souls.
it depends how many times you say the word fuck, because the limit is from 2 to 250. You're rated R. Anything over 250, you're considered NC-17, whatever the fuck.
Okay,
thing is.
I might
I-
be NC-17.
Can I be this? Can I be? Wait, isn't that the Enterprise? Can I just be the Enterprise?
Yes, be the Enterprise, Casey. Be one with the
NC-17.
Enterprise.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons for the
Are we?
28th time on stream. Definitely for sure.
I counted.
Last
Technically
time
29th if you don't count the New Year.
I don't, because it's only available to patrons. Unless you're really nice and just ask me, and then I give you the link. Because we have like 6 patrons and like 15 people who heavily support the channel. Just ask me. I'll send it to you. It's not good. Don't worry about it. It's the origin of the sugar bear. It's
We got drunk and played D&D.
We were cats.
it's more hidden because I just don't want to be that drunk on video to the public. To friends, perfect. Yeah, if you're a patron, I think it's a post somewhere on there. All right, we have to get into D&D eventually. We could just skip the episode and just hang out.
Yeah, just
What?
change the name to Hanging Out.
Oh,
That's what happened last night. We meant to play a game last night, but then I drank an entire bottle of bourbon. We just hung out.
just chatting. Enter update. No. All right, so I would start hitting my keyboard, but I don't know what shortcuts I'd actually hit and fuck up the whole thing. Okay, so last time on Delving in Deep, you were investigating the dragon on the island. Seemed to be a large-ish red dragon. Large as in the size, not the technical size category. I believe it actually ranked huge. I was really surprised, by the way, when I put down a young adult dragon. It was like, this is only the size of an ogre. Anyway, as you were following and hunting down the dragon, you found yourself ambushed by a bunch of kobolds. These kobolds hiding in bushes, readying their weapons, and the dragon on your tail. Not quite airborne. The battle kicks off, and Jabo turns his arrows to the sky and starts hitting the dragon from a ridiculous distance. The dragon in the fight happened. A lot of critical hits were thrown, a lot of divine interventions, and the dragon had to flee. He had to run away, and
Chicken.
he is. You guys were beating his ass. And then you retreated, recovering a lightning greatsword. Nox, can you wield that? Are you martially trained, by the way? I was just wondering.
Nope.
Just really likes that sword, and that's fucking awesome.
I'm gonna figure out how to break it.
Oh, man.
Are we gonna move the enchantment knocks?
That's what I'm trying. I'm gonna try and I'm trying to Skyrim this bitch.
Oh, man.
That sounds amazing.
So, you retreated, you got that great sword, you hunkered down for the night. Jabo practicing his I'm a tree ability, blending into the night. But it wasn't long before the dragon was acting, igniting the mountain, pouring and pushing lava down the side of the hill onto the island, catching the forest on fire, adding his own breath a few times throughout the night, building up this wall of flame and smoke that was slowly spreading your direction and the opposing one. On the horizon, Inlo's forces were spotted, pulled to the powerful magics that were being cast in the area. The dragon taking an opportunity to lift up one of the ships and throw it at you as it collapsed into the ground, killing nearly the entire crew. One of those kills belonging to Shelt as he got down and had a short conversation gathering that intel, talking to the poor dying sailor.
I helped him out.
You did. You helped bring him finality. He does not have a sequel planned. And that's where, well, we almost left off, because right at the end, the dragon finished his route and landed on the far east of the island beach. Well, far southeast, a couple miles from the party. And the army, almost the exact distance to the west, closing the party in the middle, as Inlo's forces, seemingly after this dragon, are moving in your direction. The formation's already pushing through the trees at a rapid pace. And we'll start the episode with the first thing you hear is a shout backwards, closer than you realized someone could be. Shouting back to Inlo's forces, a voice calls out, "We've got some civilians here! On the beach, by the wreckage!" And that's where we're going to start tonight's episode.
I hear that and I just look at those. Oh, good, they didn't see me.
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, that would have been bad.
Nope. Please tell me that you made it look like an accident.
Rub some dirt on it.
That'll be fine.
Put like a piece of wood in the neck hole.
I don't think he's gonna do that when they're looking at us.
That's fair. I'm just saying. Never
I'm
mind.
just gonna cover Nox's mouth.
Joy's a little quiet. Or Jamie's a little quiet.
Sorry about that.
How do I sound now?
Too damn loud.
Oh god. So, Custer, do you have any of your stuff on you? To hide it?
Oh, of course,
Just
yeah. No.
stuff.
What stuff?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I am a fighter. I have swords.
Did I
Blade,
tell you?
gun, blender.
Did I tell you whether that great sword was arcane or divine?
Arcane.
Okay.
Remind me, did we
Yeah.
recover its scabbard from
No.
the?
No.
Oh, we
Oh,
did?
you didn't pick it up? You knocked him down.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
we
I
Oh,
thought
you
we-
just
got
leave
the
it on
scabbard.
I completely forgot that we went after that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's the least
I was
exciting
gonna
thing of
send
the
my
night.
badger up the tree after it.
Thank you, Larry.
I think Jamie's always quiet because her character voice is very soft.
It can be loud sometimes.
But yes, I have an idea for the greatsword.
So, what are we doing?
I think right now. So they said they got civilians. Are they coming towards us?
They are. They're moving along the beach. They seem to be in a light jog in a spread out formation, almost like a large V from what you can tell from here. Several rows
Okay.
of it.
Are we just? What I told the other guy before I stabbed him, is that we were explorers trying to figure out what was going on. Do you want to keep that story, maybe?
Yep.
Works for me.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, explorers.
But adventuring explorers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think it's
Yeah.
weird that we can fight.
I mean, I don't think we're here for any wrong reasons. To be honest, like this might be a situation where the truth actually helps.
For
We're just-
once.
We're just
Here to kill-
adventurers.
We're here to kill the goddamn dragon.
I mean, we're not even here for that. We were just trying to leave Dominimo. Like the
but
dragons.
Let's not let them know that.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
They were circling the islands, and
They weren't trying to keep us there.
did they see us on the way out?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, everything. This area's seen a lot of crazy stuff. We're adventurers
Yeah.
doing the adventurer thing. Cool.
Exactly.
I think we just kind of like awkwardly wait for them to get to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can make them halfway.
I'll meet them halfway.
So you can
Yeah.
start walking
Yeah.
down the beach in that direction.
Yeah.
You start heading.
Using as
Go ahead.
I was gonna say using as little care as possible because I still want the rest of my time so I have my long rest.
It's fair. It's fair. All of you are like 1 hour away from finishing a long rest, and as long as you don't fight or sprint or push yourself in any fashion, you're okay.
I'd like to clarify. I walk to the meeting place. I don't
Yeah.
sprint or
Oh,
jog
no,
or
that's
run.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm not here to punish you for the long rest. This just wasn't a wait until morning problem.
Yeah. This problem came to us.
So you begin to move that way, kind of as a group. You trying to look unthreatening, and you get a few paces past the wreckage, kind of having to move around it. When that voice from the tree shouts out and steps into view, you see a tall, slender elf, hair tied back. He's got a bandana on, and I wouldn't say military fatigues, but he's got a loose-fitting uniform on with kind of a light leather sword on his hip. He raises his hands and says, "Hello! Is everybody all right?"
Oh, my
Um,
cookie's in my pocket.
I'm sorry, I can't do anything about the cookies, but if you'll just hold tight, I'm sure that you know we're after the dragon.
You are going to be dealing with that?
Somebody is at some point. Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, it looked like you had trouble dealing with that when it dropped a ship of your people on our encampment.
It's yes. Well, it's a problem we have identified, but I just need to make sure that you are out of the way. Does anybody need medical assistance? Was anybody hurt?
We have a cleric, so we can take care of ourselves.
Okay, if you'll just wait
And a druid.
here, I'm
a
moving on
ranger.
to the wreckage, so no surprises there then. Can't, I mean, other than what I'm sure I'm gonna find as he begins to move past you.
Speaking of surprises, have you already noticed the islands mostly on fire yet, or just want to make sure we're all up to date here?
Developing situation, sir. Understood. Just give me we just ask you to move out just on the beach, please. It's probably the safest, just near the water. Rest of the platoon is right behind me.
Yeah, I think we just get out of their way. Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with that.
I'll slightly sidestep him.
Like, just slightly getting out of his way, just barely. Is that what?
As much as out of the way as I can be,
Okay.
while still being like right next to him.
Okay. Yeah, he moves past you, and he's, instead of paying attention to you, he's actually moving quickly onto the scene of the wreckage, and he starts going from person to person and checking vitals, and you see
I
him
make sure that
crossing
my daggers are very much not in view.
Okay. And so he'll go off and do that as you see approximately 30 to 40 people coming your way in similar dress. Each of them wearing light clothing, some leathers, daggers, swords, bows, a mix. Everybody seems to be carrying a variety of weaponry. You see a couple of clearly marked clerics. Their armor a little heavier, a holy symbol around their neck. Having a little trouble in the sand with the heavy armor is not quite as expedient as their lighter brethren, but they're keeping up, if not breathing a little heavier. 3/4 of the platoon move past you. It looks like a squad-sized element breaks off and begins to help the forward scout with some of the triage, checking. You see they go from person to person. They'll check for a pulse, and finding none on all that you can see, they take their hands and they cross them across the chest and move on quickly and efficiently to the next person. Their shouts of "Help me move this!" as they start moving rubble out of the way and moving into the remains of the boat. And one of the squads stops and breaks off, and another elven man comes. It's a mix, elven and human, but another elven man breaks off, and clearly this is his squad. They all fall behind. They begin to encircle you as they position themselves in and out, looking outside the beach, the direction they came, the direction they were going, as the elven man comes up to you as a group. Is anybody stepping forward as an identified leader? Okay.
Not an identified leader. I'll grab Shelt too.
Too late.
Come on.
Well, when somebody approaches a group, did any of you just kind of make yourself known as the talking man, or did you all just kind of awkwardly stand around, look to the person to your left and right?
I'm looking up the trees. I'm looking up and down the trees like I could just turn invisible again.
So Nox, you tugged me forward. You said
I grabbed both of us and we walked forward.
you grabbed yourself.
No, okay, yes, I guess.
Yeah, it's like that. In case it's got a.
But no, I just sort of whispered to you. Come on, you talk best.
He walks forward. He looks at the two of you as you move forward and says, "Gentlemen, sir, hey."
Hi.
He's looking back at
Oh.
the dragon. What, is everybody all right? Does anybody here need any medical attention?
Nope, I've got that under control.
You wear your holy symbol pretty openly.
Right on, my left chest.
Okay.
It's actually the clasp that holds the cloak on my back.
He looks at the symbol, says, yes, Father, okay. So we were securing the area. We've identified civilians in the area. He looks at you.
Yeah, I guess technically civilians, yeah.
Okay. Hey, so bunkered down here for a minute. We're just securing the area. My men here are seeing to the outer perimeter. If you wait here, give me a minute sort of situation. We'll come back and we'll have a talk, okay?
Okay.
All right. And he moves off and he starts talking to each of his... to a couple of his team members. You see him go around the perimeter talking back and forth in hushed tones, and you see fingers, he's counting something, and he's moving to each man, and he's actually doing a little bit of repositioning. He sends a man over into the forest, sends a couple further down the beach. He's kind of spreading out his vision and his defenses, and he grabs a shorter man, a younger human, and pulls him over here with him, over back to the group where you are. Were you doing anything during that time?
I'll actually go like kind of back into like the group so we can talk a little privately. And I'll be like, so from the guy I had a private chat with, I did find something out important. Whatever they do to sense us, we found it was imps, right? It's what we discovered from your one friend, Kester.
The imp-like, not him specifically, but
Still, that whatever sensing thing they're using is not very accurate. And they got an idea that whatever's going on is powerful here, but they're not sure how to put this. They don't know numbers or anything like that, anything specific. If you're lucky, they might assume the dragon is just magic from lack of accuracy.
Well, weren't there also those kobolds?
Dragon cult magic stuff like that. But I think we're good.
How do I explain the sword?
Got it from a kobold.
Yeah, just
That
the
we
truth.
Yeah.
If you found it off a kobold.
We could even
No
show
need to
them the
lie.
bodies if we really want to see
But
them.
I sort of want to keep the sword.
That's the thing we'll have to figure out when we come to it, if they realize it's arcane.
Exactly.
cross the
And
bridge when we
could
get
always,
to it.
We can always say, well, we didn't know it was arcane. We thought we just found it off a kobold that we killed.
It'd be about that time. He makes his way back over. He's got a younger gentleman in tow. He says, all right, listen up. I'm going to continue to attend to security here. Responsible. I'm sorry, excuse me. I am Sergeant Taylor. I am 3rd platoon, responsible for, sorry, 3rd squad, 1st platoon, responsible for rear security at this time. I'm going to leave good old Private Buck here. He shoves him forward. Buck's going to take care of you. He's going to have to get some statements. We just kind of need to establish your presence here before we continue to move on.
Damn it!
I believe we've hit an inside joke.
Damn it!
I believe we've hit something
You were
real
trying
good.
so hard not to break, and then I broke.
Do you have a? Is there a short explanation so we can all laugh with you?
There's a guy we
I'll
know.
laugh regardless. Ha ha ha.
There's a guy we know named Buck, who's one of the
And
strangest fucker who's ever met.
And I'm only imagining like a really old priest with like a super long beard that's like pointy at the end because that one character Buck does.
All right.
Anyways.
So he's going to continue to work the perimeter security. You see this Sergeant Taylor run off and start moving around his men. They seem to be, again, taking notes and doing counts and setting up the full 360 kind of a perimeter security. And you're left with a shorter, younger, looks to be late teens, Private Buck. He's got the leather on, darker color pants, boots, very similarly laid out to everybody else. He doesn't have a sword or a bow. He's actually just got a spear. He's got that leather bandana cap on his head with some light blondish hair sticking out on all the sides. A little bit of a darker skin tone. He says, all right, hey, good afternoon, sir, gentlemen, ma'am. If I could just get we just need to get statements from each of you, kind of what you saw and what brought you to the island, so we can establish, common operating understanding. So, who is speaking for the group?
I'll point at Knox.
I mean, I'm going to talk to each of you. I guess who wants to go? Who wants to go first? I guess that's you, Father.
right, let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna stink IKEA as long as she is in sight of me.
That was a good call.
I'm sorry.
He gets from being
Is
the
she actually
captain.
the one I should be talking to?
No,
He's the captain.
He's the captain.
no, you. Yeah, that's why.
Okay,
I
so
just-
you're a captain. So so you have a boat. Is it docked around here?
Destroyed by the dragon.
Okay. All right. Where was it destroyed by the dragon? Are we?
Offshore. We landed here. We were building another boat,
Okay.
and then the dragon dropped your ship on our boat.
Okay. You were building another boat. So he looks over at the wreckage. Well, that's a shame. Hopefully you weren't working on that too long. Kind of ballsy, I guess, building a boat with the dragon on the island. But I guess what else are you gonna do if you're really trying to get off? How are you gonna build a boat?
I'm a priest.
It's magical shit, man.
Okay. All right. I've heard weirder responses. I'm just gonna write down is ship priest on the form. Okay. So you were traveling. Were you traveling to this island? What was your I guess port of disembarkation, and where were you going?
I'm not sure disembarkation is a.
I'm sorry,
word
I've not
on
been
my-
doing this very long. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go?
Where'd you come from, Billy? Cotton Eye Joe?
Well,
We-
you see, we were trying to get off at Dominimo because Dominimo has this weird thing where you have to dance and party all the time, and it really sucked. And then we got our ship that we got to Dominimo on was destroyed by the dragon, and now we're trying to build a new ship.
Okay.
And
Thank you, First Mate Joy.
life just kind of sucks right now.
By the way, Knox, let me get a deception check with advantage from you as for the whole conversation.
Oh, come on, Knox. Come on, Knox. Come on,
Let
Knox.
us down.
Okay. All right. So essentially, about what I'm hearing is about what he's hearing. He says, okay, understood. Was it destroyed closer to this island or Dominimo's island? And when was it destroyed?
I'm not sure on the distance myself, but yesterday. No, wait. Sorry, out of character. How long have we been on this island?
Like 2 days.
2 days.
Okay. Knox would know how many days we've been on this
No,
island.
it's fine. You were confused because it's super early in the fucking morning, late at night.
2 day, a day. This is the second time we've slept on this island.
Okay.
That would. Oh God, I wish we could have finished sleeping.
Well, that would have been nice.
So, as I understand it, you found yourself on Dominimo's island. You were able to escape. That's fortunate. We've been yeah. Anyway, Dragon got your ship en route from there to here. You've been building a ship, and is this your first interaction with the dragon? Is there some other dragon-related intelligence that I could bring back? It'd be real helpful.
He had kobolds, which we fought. I don't know if he has more, though.
Okay, so competence level. You are not just sailors then. You adventuring
Yeah.
people.
Also, forewarned, some of the kobolds can cast magic.
Okay, all right. That lines up with what I know of kobolds, which isn't a lot, but you know they are devils of the arcane. He looks over at the dragon. Okay. Sorry, there's a lot going on. Okay, so from start to finish, can you tell me your story on the island?
We got here, thought it was abandoned, made plans to make a ship, and then was it the dawn of the first day we got here? And Eventually,
I'm
dragon
all
came.
really tired.
The dragon came upon us,
Okay.
threatened us with death and destruction.
Okay.
We decided we were going to follow him so that we could kill him before he killed us.
Yeah. Okay. That seems like. All right. Yeah. Sure.
He tried to trap us, failed. Then we thought he was running a different direction, and then we ran into his kobolds, and he tried to fight us. We fought him and the kobolds, and that was sometime yesterday
He's
afternoon.
destroyed 2 meals, and I haven't even been able to eat mushrooms.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys haven't had food in some time. We have some supplies. Is that something I should requisition?
I mean, if you have something that isn't crackers, that'd be pretty rad, but
I can't promise it won't be crackers, ma'am. Sorry.
that's alright.
It's okay. When we finally get somewhere relaxing, we'll make something good.
All right. Anything else that you haven't told me that you think I should know?
We told him about the kobolds, the fact that the kobolds have magic.
Did you guys point at where the fire came from? Maybe that's where the dragon.
Did we tell him about the elementals?
We did not tell him about the elementals. Thank you for reminding
Okay,
us. Jeff.
that's news. Okay. You spotted elementals.
Yeah. I'll point off in kind of the direction that we scouted it for. There's breaches between us and the elemental plane of fire, and on this island. I don't know if they caused the dragon or the dragon caused them. I'm not sure which direction that's in.
Okay.
But yeah, there are breaches in the elemental plane of fire going on here. Also, you told it like there's ground like spike pit traps around the island too. Kobolds and dragon would be wary.
Probably should have said what the trap was.
Yeah, maybe have like someone on your team like walk in front of you with like a stick and check the ground.
Oh boy. Okay. Definitely. Okay. Ground spike pit traps. It's unfortunate that might be me. Not kid. Kind of. Okay. Anything else that you'd like to add at this time?
I'm gonna look at Shelt and just sort of tap the greatsword.
Oh yeah, some of these kobolds might have enhanced equipment. We're not sure if they're being supplied somehow, or if maybe they've stolen it from another ship or something like that.
Nox, were you doing that like sleight of hand?
Fuck.
Good luck.
I only have a +2 dex.
Well, this
so,
is a sleight of. I need a sleight of hand that Shelt could still
Yeah.
see, but this guy wouldn't
Oh
see.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's simple. He just has to hit it like where
It's
he
just-
can feel it. If he's holding on to this. Oh, never mind.
just give me it's high DC. That's all.
Where's sleight of hand? There's sleight of hand.
Good luck.
Oh.
The exact
Everyone saw
opposite
it.
of a high.
Everyone saw it. You like slapped the scabbard. on
No.
your hip.
I didn't. I feel
Guys,
like I was like,
I was
oh,
trying to
God.
give you that weapon. All
I
right.
know.
The private buck says, "Oh, that's one of the kobold's enhanced weapons. We're gonna have to take a look at that, sir."
I feel like on a 3, I just pulled it out of. Got myself forgetting that it shocks me and drop it. Like.
Oh yeah, give me that Constitution saving throw then. Let's see how
Yeah.
that played out.
God, it
That's
had
fun.
To be a
That's
nat
fun role
one.
playing. What did I set that DC to? Was it?
I
50?
don't remember.
That's enough to hold on to it, but you can voluntarily drop it as a if you like as a role playing moment. But yeah, Private Buck says, "Oh, we're gonna have to hold on to that. Just for now, we're gonna just run a quick check on it. You know, arcane magic and all being outlawed.
Don't touch it unless it's in the scabbard. And I'm gonna pull the scabbard off and put it on.
Oh, geez. Okay, he seems real nervous, but he takes the scabbard and he starts oh, excuse me, sorry, and he's trying to get around you to the edge of the sword. And he starts to scoop up the sword into the scabbard, some of the sand coming with it. And it takes him a few moments. He says, "Okay, all right, enchanted kobold weapon. No, thank you. We didn't expect that they were
How do
okay.
we get off of this island?
Well, maybe we can orchestrate. I can't say a ride. I can't authorize. I'm not really the captain, but if you're willing, maybe we can help.
If we help kill the dragon, can we keep pieces of it?
I mean, I'm not really the guy to ask, but I could talk to the sergeant. You could talk to the captain. Talk
Because,
to the admiral.
We have a divine smith here, and I think we could do some interesting things with dragon bits.
Oh, okay. So you're like a divine shipwright and smith, a smith right. It's okay. He's taking. He's got a lot of notes.
You can just say a right. A right just implies that I build things.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I've always
craftsman.
thought about doing that, but
I kind of like the divine smith thing. Like it's got this kind of like title, like weight to it, you know?
Ooh, like Father Divine Smith.
Sure.
He seems real proud of that, and he'll.
Go with that.
Okay, every time I ask the question, I get good information. So I mean, I've been told this is a really good question. Is there anything that I should know before I?
I would really like to talk to your superior.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's absolutely going to happen. Sergeant Taylor, once he's done setting up security, I'm just here to take the notes, sir.
Wait, so his name is Sergeant Taylor, and he's a sergeant of the Taylors?
No, he is Sergeant Taylor. That's not his name's not Sergeant. His title is his rank is Sergeant. He's the squad leader. His last name is Taylor.
So he is Sergeant Taylor, and he's a sergeant of the Taylor. That's.
Well, no, we're not the Taylors, sir. We're just Navy.
Oh.
There's some Taylors with us, but they're more of a specialized bunch. You're from Cologne, so it's understood that you don't really know that. We don't get a lot of popular press outside of our own territory.
Yeah, they're not really looked on very kindly all the time in Cologne.
Yeah, that's fine. We get it. I'm gonna go now. Is there anything else that
you do that.
you want to tell us? And he'll go ahead.
We're probably gonna make a fire and food.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I think no one's gonna stop you. We just ask that you stay in the perimeter until the situation has been handled. We'd really like to contain the deaths. And he turns around and he walks away with your sword.
God damn it, Connor.
Sorry.
Didn't have to mention it.
That's what Knox would have done.
That's fair.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm all the. It's what my character would do when it only hurts me.
It was a great show moment. Thank you, Connor.
I really wish I had failed that con save though.
That would have been funny.
That would've been so
It was just an initial reaction jerk because you thought you were gonna like get shocked. You're like ah, and dropped it.
Oh, you still take the roll 1d6. You still get shocked and take the damage. You just
my God.
don't drop it. Okay.
Okay, cool.
1 point, yeah. All right. You watch as Private Buck moves through, and he doesn't immediately go to Sergeant Taylor. He goes to his position on the defense, and he starts finishing up his notes, and a few minutes go by. What are y'all doing in the meantime? I'm just giving you an opportunity. You don't have to be doing anything.
Yeah, I guess we could set up camp now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking lay back down.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I'm gonna turn to Joy. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you.
I'm just gonna turn to Joy and say, "Hey, reinforcements are here. I can make breakfast now." And Knox is gonna get working on a fire.
Where's Steve?
Thankfully, Steven didn't talk during that whole thing.
Where is
Might have a
Steven?
different problem.
Thank you for bringing up Stephen after that conversation.
Yeah.
I was wondering it the whole time.
He doesn't exist unless we mention his name.
I mean, for the most part, but he's just not with you right now.
Yeah.
You all
Yeah,
ran
it's
into the
a
woods.
whale.
You all ran into the woods to get away from the boat. You all came back, and then you moved on. But Stephen wasn't running back to you. He wasn't running back with you.
Okay.
It's fair that you haven't noticed.
Until we get, a second to just sit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since we're not doing anything too crucial or anything, yeah, I'm gonna finish my long rest by going back into tree form.
Now, this is your ability, hide in plain sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll? Stealth?
Yeah, give me a stealth check, please. Yeah, this is awesome. You're on a beach.
So add 10 to that, so that's 31.
In my mind, you're near that rock that you normally did your search on, or your patrols on. Watches.
I'm gonna look for a grassy spot.
And at the moment, you have, without trying to leave the perimeter they've established, you've got the rock and you've got the beach.
I choose the beach.
Okay. Jabo, you shift almost into rock coloring as you stand up and lean against the rock. You kind of move your elbow in this way that it naturally flows with the form of the rock. And unless you're looking right at you, the shadows and the light, you're pretty well hidden. So, a few moments go by and Sergeant Taylor moves back to Private Buck, and they sit down, they have a conversation. You see Private Buck looking over his notes. He takes the sword, holds it out, presents it to Sergeant Taylor, who takes it and nods his head, and he puts it over one shoulder and continues to receive the report as he makes it. It looks like he's making Private Buck repeat it a few times. He takes the paper and his notes with him, and then he departs back towards the ship landing and where the majority of the forces are. This thing looks to be about a ship's worth of people, at least the size of these ships, and there are still a contingent force, back by the boat, securing a beachhead and a perimeter over there. And there's some time. There is definitely a length of time where you sit there and you wait. And let me get just a general perception check from everybody.
Ha!
Wow, these are some. Can I take my passive of 17?
Yeah.
I see. Oh.
Can I take my 14 passive, please?
Yeah. Passive's a thing.
Oh.
I'd like my
I
passive
jo-
18.
Those who have a passive of 16 or higher hear in the distance first, wings flapping. The roar is low and hard to hear over the waves and the wind and from your position, but it's the wings. There's a flash of light down the beach. If anybody peeks around the rock or takes a moment to look, you'll see the dragon doing a run by on the beach. People are scattering. Spears are being thrown at the dragon. It's hard to see if anything's connecting, but you kind of see the figures moving around, down the beach, and they're in a struggle. And the soldiers on the perimeter, the sailors around the perimeter, looking over their shoulders. A couple of them turning full around to look at the fight, kind of gaping at it from their current position before some of their buddies pull them back down and have them facing, maintaining a full 360. Anything you're doing during this time?
Can I take my boots off and put my feet in the water?
No, absolutely. No, this is a full 20 minutes is happening right now.
Yeah.
Of waiting
I'll
around.
go relax with some water.
Okay.
Do you think they had got this under control,
Oh
guys?
God, no.
I'm gonna grab a fistful of coins in my pocket and just walk into the area of the beach where I think the dragon will fly over and just scatter some coins right there and sit down.
In the water?
No, not in the water. On the beach.
Near the water.
Around where I think he's gonna come from on the beach.
Okay. What are you trying to do? So I'm aware of.
Lure him into coins.
I'm trying to lure him into coins, like Larry said.
How many coins are you putting? Oh, 1 second.
Coins.
There was a
I'm
loud
putting down-
crash. 1 second.
What's
You're
your
putting
plan?
down like 10 gold coins or like 10 copper?
100 gold, like
10 platinum.
I don't have any copper or silver, so I'm putting
Things are
down
fine.
10
It was
gold
upstairs.
coins.
It was just really
Okay.
loud.
So Nox said 10 platinum.
No,
Worth of gold.
I'm dropping 10 pieces of gold in front of me in the sand.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. 10 gold worth of gold. You said. Or
Yep.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You see him just throw like 10 coins in the sand. They're
I'm not
hard.
throwing them. I'm dropping them right in
No,
front of me and then sitting down. I'm not throwing them.
The word throw is not used to say you can't find them later. They're 10 coins. You're fine.
Just like watching Nox, like, why?
Let him be. Let him be. Let him do an ox.
Well, you're on that side of the rock. You do see the battle continue to unfold. Jabo and anybody who started their rest and didn't take watch gets a long rest right now. The rest of you will get one shortly. You are just behind him a little bit. The dragon circles back around, and after a few rounds of breath, you see it fly back into the woods, above the woods, but into the smoke at the halfway point of the island, and vanish. As a lot of that beach and the surrounding timber, you see small fires still light halfway down the beach.
Okay.
No one's come for you yet.
I really want to get off of this island. Do
I
you
agree.
think we should try and get a ride with them? I don't really want to ride with them, but I don't see any other way off the island.
I mean, we have an encampment now. Building a ship is going to be a lot safer.
Sure.
Yeah, if they manage to kill the dragon, but I did not really impressed yet.
Yeah,
They're not gonna
honestly,
kill that.
It's kind of disappointing. I mean, if anything, I'm mostly waiting for that thing to thin their numbers a little bit more, so that if they do realize that we're an arcane group in some capacity, whatever's left will be able to put at most a token resistance to us slaughtering them.
I'm gonna grab the 10 coins out of the sand and walk back to them.
It'd be about that time you hear a shout coming back down the beach. Sergeant Taylor's in a bit of a jog. He shouts, "Third squad, first platoon, we're moving. Medical team with me." And he starts running past the beach, past the group, and all of the soldiers that have this perimeter around you just kind of stand up and they start jogging with him. Sergeant Taylor stops after a few moments and turns around and hustles over to you. "Hey, you're welcome to find refuge up there with the ship. You turned in, because I can't say it, because of your actions today, you're free to go, or you can find refuge at the base camp. But we're going to go handle this. Please be safe. Stay out of this direction." And he turns around and starts running down towards the beach where the fight was happening.
They didn't specifically ask us to stay away from you, but how do you think Buck dies?
Fiery blaze of glory.
No. That's
He's gonna get a
that's
claw.
much too good for him. He was holding a spear. I envisioned him.
A lot of them
impaled.
have spears.
I know.
I think
I
he'll sacrifice
like
himself
poetic
to
justice.
save someone else.
Oh, how
Think of
noble.
teeth.
Oh,
Think
maybe
it-
they'll
I'm
put them
thinking-
on on a little spit and like roast them over a fire.
I'm
I'm
ready.
gonna start walking away and looking for some mint.
So you're going to head into the woods?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Joy just stands up in the middle of the conversation and just starts going into the woodline. And you would look, the soldiers are moving down the beach. It is a distance, and they are at a rapid, not quite a sprint, but very fast jog, all their equipment. And again, the couple of clerics with them in their heavy armor sinking deeper into the sand and starting to lag behind. But they look like they're moving down to where the battle took place. And they're leaving you alone. They've just let you keep going.
Do you think Shelps give them about 5 minutes, follow after?
They don't want us following them. I mean, if anything, I don't think they're going to deal with the dragon. I think this dragon needs to be dealt with.
Oh no, that's what I'm getting at. Give them time to die, and we'll just walk behind.
They're not
No,
heading
they're not.
towards a dragon. the dragon flew away back towards
Yeah.
his supposed lair. They seem to be heading to do medical work,
So, dragon then.
first aid.
You
Do we
know,
want to go deal with it ourselves before they get there?
Probably, but something I've just realized, Shelt. There's plenty of clerics and priests here. You know
Yeah?
what they might have?
What?
Diamonds.
Are you planning to rob the Navy?
No.
That's what it sounds like, Nox.
Are you planning to
No.
pickpocket the Navy?
No.
Are you planning to swindle the Navy?
Maybe that last one, depending on how fast we kill the dragon.
Let's do it. Let's go kill a
I'm
dragon.
into it.
Besides, they'll be indebted to us.
That was my line of thinking.
Let's do it.
We kill dragon. We get paid in diamonds, so I can save your fucking asses.
What one question as I pop out of the rock? Kester.
Do that, J-Bo.
Are you able to fight?
Yeah, I can fight.
Okay.
Everybody
not,
else finishes their long rest.
Well,
Cool.
Hooray!
I'm gonna put my boots on.
I mean, here's something I'll say. Kester, if we go fight that dragon, you can probably still cast. I mean, given what bit of information I was able to glean from that one guy, the accuracy of their predictions isn't strong enough. They'll be able to tell if it was you or the dragon cat. doing natural
There's-
stuff.
We also
there's
told
a
them
lot
about
of
the
magic
kobolds.
users. There's a lot of magic users on this island. There's a lot of things people think have magic that may or may not.
Or we could
It's
just
just who's
not
around.
risk it.
Yeah, I say.
Hey Kester, come here.
Sure.
I'm gonna take Kester's blade and I'm just gonna like wave it at him slightly.
I
What do
can
you do?
make this. I can make this badass.
It's already pretty badass.
Yep.
You did a really good job.
Just give me the signal, and I can make it badass for our fight.
What's the
Krolom
signal?
revealed. And you come up with the signal and tell me.
Got it. We'll come up
can-
with a signal later.
I can't be in charge of every plan.
And I'm just gonna put the sword back in
It's
his
fine.
scabbard.
When I haste myself, you do it.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
There we go.
Okay,
To kill a dragon.
so you're gonna move into the woods and pick up the trail and try to find the dragon's lair. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm keeping my camouflage stuff on me so that it doesn't take the minute to do it. I just have to push myself up against substances.
I like to think that as we're like getting ready to go, J-Bo, where are y'all? We're going.
I've already popped out. I'm right here.
So
Hi.
so you kind of look like a rock now.
Yeah.
So if you find a rock, you could just push yourself against it and you have this ability again.
Well, I mean, what it says is you spend a minute creating camouflage of yourself for naturally occurring materials. Once you are camouflaged, you can try to hide by pressing yourself up against solid surfaces,
Interesting.
getting a +10 to stealth.
Okay, it's magic.
So,
I just the question there because it kind of starts off saying like natural materials, like you choose them, because you would
I think
camouflage
I think
yourself for snow.
the
or-
actual idea of like camouflage, because camo works great even if it doesn't line up perfectly with the material you're pressing against.
Yes. At varying levels, but yes, I'm good with it. It's magic.
Mhm.
It's D&D. You have camo powers. Caster teleports. That's fine.
I don't
I
have any
stabbed real
powers.
good.
All the fun teleport spells have been blocked.
No, you have the teleportation circle back to your hometown.
Oh shit, I do have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have our oh shit card.
That is an oh shit card once we get the materials.
Once we're all downed and you're still standing, touch us all at the same time and teleport away.
What are the materials?
Uh,
You only have to be 10
Let me
feet
look.
away, I believe. I don't know if teleport has materials.
it does. I need like chalk.
Like cost money materials?
Yeah, like nice chalk. Really nice chalk.
All right. Let me know what it actually is when you find it. That sounds like nice chalk for its. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna need a survival check. Now this one's at normal at base, moving through the night. I know J-Bo can't get lost, but Give me a survival check.
Did anybody tell me we were gonna go fight a dragon, or am I still off looking for men?
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah, we.
I forgot you left.
Let's go grab Joy.
Did I find any mint?
Give me a nature check. I mean,
Yeah,
is
so-
mint good, Kester?
It's rare chalks. It's rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems worth 50 gold, which the spell consumes.
Oh wow,
Really
To
nice
teleport.
chalk.
It's a really nice chalk.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't just have that on your person unless you were preparing. Joy, with that, you find no mint. You find lots of things. If you want to add an assortment of mushrooms to your pack, you're welcome to.
Don't eat them.
My chalk when I was a child was infused with rubies and sapphires. What did you use? Sorry, I had to use that one.
So you
Mine
begin.
used sapphires. You know, they last longer.
Respectable.
I want to see like you just like you're just dragging fucking sapphire dust onto concrete.
I guess. I don't know.
I feel like that breaks through the concrete at some points.
Oh
Like,
man.
you're
Or is
just
it
gonna be
like-
pulling up chips of concrete.
I
What if
use
it's-
diamond. I use diamond just because I could be saving lives instead. I'm teleporting.
All right. So, you begin moving through the woods. Now, Jabo, you're doing a pretty good job of finding your own trail and working your way back down the path. You start moving through the woods, and after a moment, pushing through and moving back north, 10 minutes or so go by, and you hear other footsteps in the direction you're heading.
Like humanoid footsteps, or are
If
they
you,
louder?
if you stop a moment, give me a perception check, but you just hear something.
That's persuasion. That's not how that works. You.
Yeah, I guess you could stop and listen, or you could keep moving, but it's very clearly the sailors, and they're ahead of you on the trail, and they're moving in the same direction you are.
We're gonna run into the sailors. Don't know if we want to sidestep them or just continue on.
Let's just. What do you all think?
We don't have much time. Quick.
Are we on like a deadline? That came out wrong. Are we on a crash course with them?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I just want to. I'm just trying to double check with you guys before we accidentally run into them. We could just start going one direction, parallel to what we're hearing.
Parallel? The other one. Perpendicular.
Well, no, you would want parallel because then you're both moving at the same direction, but apart from each other. Perpendicular means we're gonna cross.
I think he means go perpendicular and then.
As in a 90-degree turn away from them.
Ah, I now understand what you meant, and that makes more sense.
I would have loved to hear that conversation in character.
You see, from all my time as a
Oh my
carpenter,
God.
Oh, we're running out of
Shut
time.
it down. Your room is collapsing.
Let's just go that way and not cross with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not cross paths.
So you break away and you start running perpendicular. How far do you go before you turn back in?
That's a good question.
What do you guys think? We just. I don't hear him anymore, but what do you think? Like a half a mile?
That's a long ways.
It is.
We'll beat you halfway, quarter.
Quarter mile. All right.
So you begin moving through the woods again, and about halfway to a quarter, so an eighth of a mile down the road, you hear some panting coming right at you as something is stumbling through the woods in your direction, out of breath.
I know who it is.
Yeah,
I mean, you just avoid it. The options are avoid it, wait for it, meet it, keep going the path you were going.
Well, guys, it looks like someone's tailing us. Sounds like, I don't know. Shall we just keep going? They'll catch up to us eventually.
Should I just yell give up now? I feel like I should just yell give up now.
They seem like they're out of breath. I wonder if they're thirsty.
It could be Steven.
There's
Is
some
Steven
water
with
in
us?
my there was some water in my boot, but I dumped it out so I could put it on.
Just mention that you have shrooms and we'll know if it's Steven or not.
Jesus.
Hey, can you identify these?
As you
my
sit there
God.
talking for a prolonged period of time, Steven does in fact break through the brush perpendicular to you. He comes stumbling through the woods and he goes, "Oh, hey! Is
Hi,
that?"
Steven.
He is covered in soot, ash. Looks like he, ran
You look like
through.
he's been through hell.
Are you doing okay?
Hey, yeah, don't go that way, man. There's fire.
Is it just fire, or is there the breathing, flying dragon?
You got a cup?
There was a dragon. He was on the beach and he had a boat, and he was gonna drop it. Avoid the beach.
Yeah, I think he's a little late.
But that way there's fire. The whole place is on fire, man. Like
Yep. We're going to go find the dragon. He's not at the beach anymore. You might be okay to go there.
And I point at the direction of the beach where we came from.
oh man, that's good. Is he? Man, there's fire that way.
Where?
I mean, the whole thing, it's like a wall. I was like, I'll go around it. Never fucking ended. I guess I could run through it, but, you know.
Wait, there's fire where we came from?
And I point back at the beach again.
No, he's pointing. He's, no, man, no. The way I just came, I'm covered in it, man.
Oh, don't try to jump through it then. Go that way.
And I point at the beach again.
Where are y'all going? I wait, you don't try to
To
leave
fight
me.
the dragon.
Oh, yeah, I'll be at the beach, man. That's cool.
We'll meet up with you later, Steven.
Yeah, no, hey, the rock. You know that rock? I'm gonna be there.
Was there only one rock?
I think he means lookout rock.
Yeah.
Rock that we keep looking out
You
for.
guys were like, this is a good place to look out from. And I was like, hell yeah, man. And that one.
Okay, Steven.
Yeah.
Go to the rock. We'll meet
Okay.
you there.
All right.
Did
One
he
second, I
identify
just-
my mushrooms?
Oh, hey, look at that. Cooking mushrooms.
Sweet, so I can eat these ones.
I mean, you can eat any mushroom, Joy. You just gotta
Oh
be
no,
brave
not
enough.
the one that, not that one mushroom that she ate.
Oh, I mean, I ate it.
Hey,
Right.
So,
it wasn't
how did
a good idea.
did you get better? That hand still doesn't have a pinky on it.
Not the pinky's in my pocket.
That's not where pinkies go, Joy.
It's where my pinky goes.
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, you guys have like a date or
Oh,
something?
the dragon, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I seen any tracks, by the way, for the dragon or anything?
Give me a perception check. And generally, yeah, give me a perception check. You were on the trail. There were certainly dragon tracks on the initial trail that you were following before you cut over.
Okay.
You seem to like to run rather than fly sometimes, and it's very clear that these were the tracks you made earlier.
Okay. I don't know what Steven's doing, but I was gonna ask you, because of my 1 feet with knowing this location, trying from where we're at, trying to go like a triangle, go back to the actual trail now that we went perpendicular.
Super easy.
Okay.
Super easy. Yeah, you're gonna have no problem navigating, other than the things that are between you and it.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So depending on if Steven's disappearing or what we're doing, that's what we're doing.
He just seems out of breath, and he's looking at y'all
Like
and
dead
looking-
out of breath.
No, it was just hey. Ooh.
You're gonna be all right,
walk.
Steven?
Yeah, can you? Where's that rock again? The lookout rock. That.
Oh no. Doyle, can you escort him to the rock?
The badger will nod and shrug.
Follow Doyle.
Wait, the frog died, man. What are you talking?
Follow the badger.
Oh, hey. Well, and the badger starts running, and you see
Be nice
Steven
to him,
just
Doyle.
start, like, chasing after him. Hey, Badger, wait up. You're awesome. They said your name was
Love
Doyle.
the picture. I love the picture of Steven chasing a badger through the forest.
That's amazing.
Okay. So, you continue your pre-planned route?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ready? You all doing okay?
I'm doing
Yep.
great.
Once we get to the firewall, I have an idea.
I was
Okay,
going to
good.
ask about that.
Hmm?
Oh, I was going to ask about that if you had any way of getting rid of fire.
Not really getting rid of fire, more of just protecting us for long enough for the fire to go around us.
Perfect.
Well, hopefully it works. All right, let's go.
You start pushing through, and you get to the point where you cut in, and you want to cut in at a diagonal, 45 degrees back the way you came, and you start to move, and you see first ash, dead trees. Looks like it wasn't thick enough of a wood line to continue this direction, and it burned for a while, and then left kind of this ashy, burned. The ground, the leaves are all gone, but the fire's not here. You do about 50 feet in front of you. Once you start getting to the ashy place, the fire is going. You don't know how deep it is. You don't know how far it extends in the other direction. At least thick enough that you can't see the other side as the flames flicker and ignite up. It looks like that flow of magma that came down the mountain has made kind of a trench in that area as well, and it's still glowing.
The orange and flickering is so pretty.
I really
Yeah.
want to make a weapon out of that lava.
Do we hear any like wings or roaring or fire breathing in the distance?
If you pause, you can give me a perception check, but your passive perception is picking up none of it.
I'll do it. I don't know if anyone else is.
What about me and Joy's passive perceptions?
Is it in the 20s?
8.
No.
Okay, then no. Right now, you hear a lot. It's the crackling of fire on wood and leaves. It's the melting of all those things, the smoke. It's really hard to make out anything other than forest fire. So no, Jay,
Well-
unfortunately.
Guys, I have no idea where this dragon is. You think it might be best to try to... Well, I don't think baiting is gonna work. It's too smart for that. Coaxing it in? Like, just, hey, we're all here, come at us.
I think
Well-
it's gonna be better to find it at its home.
Why are we killing it again?
Because he's
we don't
threatened our
think the
lives.
Baby can do it.
Also that.
And we don't have a boat, and he'll just keep destroying them.
And also, they might pay us in diamonds.
And dragons have loot.
There's a lot of good reasons.
And this is a very selfish reason. But dragons are all, and old things tend to have knowledge. Which I would very much like.
We'd
Also
also have a
comes
great
with fame.
story to tell back when we get to port.
You know something I just realized? We probably could have just because we know where he lives, most likely, the mountain. We probably should have just walked down the beach, because on the beach there's water, and I can create massive waves of water. I don't know why I didn't remember this earlier.
Well, it's simple. We could just go this way to get back to the beach coast side and just walk around.
That if it's to an island.
Besides, isn't the mountain in the middle of the island? So no matter what, we'd have to go to the center.
Yeah,
Or
is it in the
mountain
middle or is
offset?
it on this? Yeah.
I thought it was on an edge.
It is.
I thought it was in the middle.
I never knew.
So Sika Islands.
This island is halfway for north to south. It is two-thirds in from the west.
So it's a third in from the east.
Correct.
So we should have been going at this from the east.
Well, I mean, maybe, but let's
follow
think.
the coast until it's the closest to the cave hole, and then we go directly into the cave hole.
Right, you're assuming the cave holes on that terrain around the mountain is easier than the path you're currently taking.
I mean,
We never know.
There's not a wall of fire between us and the mountain from the opposite side of it.
That's also true.
Joy, can't you create water?
Yes, I can.
So,
and
guys,
and my boot is getting a little soggy too.
I would love. She's just standing over this massive wall of fire, going 10 gallons. It evaporates
better
before it
night.
hits the.
I like the idea of her pulling out her boot, pouring it, stepping on it for like 20 minutes, pouring her boot out, stepping on it for 20 minutes.
Oh man.
Create water at 5th level. We
but-
shit ton of gallons.
Nox, give me a insight check, please.
you know, we might just take a direct approach, go straight to the hole, get there before he comes back.
How much of that broken weapon do you have again? Please remind me.
Which broken weapon?
The one you're trying to make something out of.
Oh, I
The
just
axe.
have an axe head. I just need a handle.
Okay. All right, that's right. Okay, never mind.
What do you mean, never mind?
Okay.
Your insight says never mind.
Your insight
So
was.
wait, if I had rolled lower insight, I'm superstitious now.
You didn't have the parts I thought you had, but I'll give you this. You know that handle that. Shit, did I tell you this? Fuck.
Probably not.
That axe head. What do you know about it?
It
No,
needs
it
a
was-
handle.
It needs a handle. It's rejecting anything that's not worthy of it,
Got it.
and
Okay.
also that it was made from an old hammer.
Okay. Yes, it is rejecting anything that's not worthy of it. All those things you said are true. This would be a really, really fantastic place to forge. A fantastic moment, a fantastic place to forge a magical hammer. If you could find the right piece of handle. You can't get pickier than the magma straight from the elemental plane of fire.
If we kill the dragon and the handle doesn't work, I will personally go to your house, Casey, and hunt you down.
Wait, what handle? You got to get a handle first.
Dragon
Yes. Dragon bone.
Oh,
dragon. If dragon bone from
Wait,
adult dragon.
I feel like this like
I think
weird.
Casey is giving a bigger hint than that.
Yeah, I just, you know what? Hey, we're fine. Don't worry about it. You're good people. Just do something cool, Connor. What are y'all gonna do?
So are we going to the coast?
Kill a dragon.
We have
The
two options.
wonderful dragon of Island.
We can circumnavigate to the coast, or we can take my thing and get through the fire and then just walk normally on the island.
Y'all are so slow. Sometimes I think I should just fly.
You can fly.
Can you fly?
I don't know yet. I haven't tried.
Joy, why don't you just fly and tell us the best route?
You know what? Maybe let's try it.
Okay. How are we doing it?
I have to check and see if I can actually fly because I haven't tried yet.
What level are you in Druid?
She's trying
high
to off, I
enough.
think.
Why? Is she one level away, Connor? Is that why you're holding your face? She's not min-maxing. She just wants to be a bard all of a sudden. She just stops leveling druid and starts leveling bard. There's no thought to this. That's why we don't know she's a bard. Barely.
Can we turn her into a beast that's immune to fire and swims in lava?
Hold on. Maybe I can turn someone else into a beast.
One of you has a fly spell.
Yes.
Oh.
He's holding on to that
Yeah.
spell because sharing is not caring in this case.
Levitate might do something.
Please start dropping 4th and 3rd level spells. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I know. But like, oh god, he's doing it again. Where is he?
How'd the dragon get behind us?
There's two dragons.
That's right. I am a. I mean, Drake. Drake is a root word for dragon, so
There you go.
not entirely wrong.
That's the trick.
This is where you're
oh my
revealing.
God.
All right.
Do you
Us,
wanna?
the sorcerers.
Do you wanna fly,
I've been busted.
Kesta? Do you wanna fly?
Do I want to fly?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun, but what did you have in mind?
Oh, I can polymorph you.
Yours is a lot safer than mine. Yeah, sure. But you could do that to yourself.
Pick something good so it's not wasted, because it lasts a while, right?
It does. About an hour.
Like a pterodactyl.
That would be
You
dope if you
might
can
see
turn
the
me into a
pterodactyl.
pterodactyl. Please do it.
Almost turned to look at Jay, but what's a
big.
pterodactyl?
Well, on my island I was at for 400 years, I think I saw a couple. They're like giant birds with
Did
no
you-
feathers.
Did you
They're
name
like
it
tri-
yourself?
They're like the T-Rexes, except they have wings. Big.
That's just dragons.
That's dragons and wyverns. What do you?
Can you
A
turn-
breathless dragon.
Wait, Joy, can you turn him into a
That's a
dragon?
wyvern.
So,
What do you want to be?
taking a quick look at the
Pterodactyl, that sounds
polymorph guide and what's available to you. I do not immediately see pterodactyl.
But
Goodbye.
There's a beast somewhere in there with a pterodactyl. I
I'm
think.
gonna pull up all the beasts real
It's
quick. We're just
pterodon.
gonna-
Pterodon is a 1/4 beast.
Oh, it's pterodon. Oh.
Cause I remember this because your halfling ranger can get a pterodon and ride a pterodon as a knight, and that was a build I debated over for this campaign for a while.
Now it's your druid level for the spell, right? Yeah, I
For
believe.
polymorph, it's the target's level.
The
Oh, sorry.
target's level. The target's character level.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's just straight.
Or
straight
CR.
so you can't make a villager into a T-Rex.
Damn it.
A giant.
But you can make you can make a villager into a cat.
You actually can't sort
Which is helpful.
sort by movement type, but apparently pterodon's a thing. So I don't know. You guys tell me.
You want to be a pterodon?
That sounds pretty dope. Sure, why not?
How do you spell it? So I have it on my.
GT.
ERADO.
Ah, pterodon. Paterna. Peter
Whenever there's a-
Randon.
Whenever there's a Terra in dinosaurs, it always has a P in it.
So I googled the pronunciation. It's like ta-ra-o-don.
I still like pterodon.
The pterodon.
Yeah, you can be a pterodon.
Sure, why not? Let's do it.
Okay.
Air superiority, boys.
So Joy takes a moment and she casts polymorph. This natural energy comes up from her hand, surging, connecting with the ground, wrapping around Kester, whose body begins to twist and contort, his legs at the knee snapping backwards.
Yummy.
His back morphing and colliding in with his hands that get ripped
God,
back
I
and
hope
forming
that
into great
doesn't hit.
shields.
I don't like how that looks.
Does it look like that when I do it too?
No, you just kind
No.
of turn into things.
Hey,
He's
there-
like morphing.
there is no, what's it like? Sailor Moon wand goes around and then you
No
just
transformation sequence?
Yeah, you do, and he turns into medium size, dark skin, leathery winged pterodon.
Yes.
Don't do that, Trevor.
It's got like a 20 foot wingspan.
We'll follow you.
I'll fly up.
Okay, 60 feet flying speed. You zoom straight into the sky, catching the great thermals in the area currently.
Great.
You're gonna hit altitude faster than you realize it, and you are suddenly 150 feet in the air, flames roaring below you, the heat pushing you higher and higher. What do you do?
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is awesome. I didn't think this far ahead. I guess we'll keep it. We'll do like a. I can't talk to them.
You can talk to one person.
I have a passive insight of 22. Use some body language.
I'll try to lead them down the path of least resistance.
Give me
That is the attempt.
Oh, let's just make it a
Pause.
wisdom check.
What is my wisdom?
Oh, give me a perception check and a wisdom check.
What is my wisdom?
You have the character sheet.
I don't.
I will pull it up for
My
you.
stats aren't mine right now.
Oh, okay. I see. Plus
That's
one
why I
for
was like, oh shit.
+1 for perception and -1 wisdom. That's right. I
Do I
forgot.
have a sharp eyes?
No.
Okay.
Now you are a 13 hit point, 13 armor class CR 1/4 dinosaur.
It was a great time. 15.
Okay. Now give me the wisdom check. -1.
Even better. Oh yeah, 3.
All right. So you watch as he flies up. He hits the air and he's circling against the night sky, the moon reflecting briefly on him, and he's soaring, and you're looking around. A couple things you see. First is they seem to be struggling with the fire in a similar manner where you just left, about a 1/4 mile to the east. Looks like the Navy is trying to make their way through, and their clerics are casting water on top of their sailors. Looks like one has made it through, and the other tripped in the magma and is currently having a really bad day.
I want to help him, but no.
It looks like the thinnest point, it is entirely solid until the beach, which is a couple miles to the west. But the thinnest point is only about 1/8 of a mile to the east. The west. It's a little hard to see from down below, but from your angle, it's very clearly there's a fire break just like this one on the other side. The third thing that happens is Kester tries to show you this, and he just points with his wing and immediately starts to fall. But yeah, you're just fine. It takes a moment to he spirals a bit, but you're not going to be able to.
I imagine when he does the point, he actually stands up like a normal human too.
Oh my god, yes.
That's
like
amazing.
an
I love
acme
it.
thing.
Pterodon behavior.
You're fine, but you're able to communicate clearly this location without landing and trying some other way.
I have an idea. I remember Joy has Speak of Animals, so maybe she still has it.
Wait, I have a great idea. Are you back with us yet?
Sure, yeah, but at this point, yeah, it's not working.
Oh, I understand we have some difficulties going on right now. I mark you. I mark him as a target. Now we can track him.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, we'll try it.
All
We
right.
got 1 hour, I think, is how long it lasts, and I could just follow wherever he goes.
Well,
Okay.
we both have an hour, so that'll work.
Yeah.
So where would you like to go, Kester?
I will try to fly around that route of least resistance.
So you're just gonna like
And
make
hopefully
some
not get seen
circles,
by a dragon.
tight circles
Yeah.
around it. Okay. All right. You watch Jabo. You clearly see him going to the sky. You're not worried about lighting anymore. You just there he is, and you watch him about give or take a 1/4 mile to 1/8 of a mile to your east. You think you walk that direction, you can pinpoint a little better, but he's doing tight circles. Looks like he's trying to show you a location.
Okay.
That's a good plan.
Let's go that way.
Yep, right there.
You'll find yourself right under the circling pterodon. Kester, you do see them below you. They've caught on to your direction. You stand before still a fire, a large wall of fire, and a small magma trench that's still moving and flowing one after the other. It's about 3.5 feet wide. The soft edges of the dirt around it, red and kind of mush, while the trench itself is only 3.5 feet. At a certain point, the ground is also magma dirt, we'll call it, being affected by the intense heat around you. You can still feel the heat as it's coming up in bouts of flames, and that's where we're going to take a short 10-minute break.
All right.
Piss time.
I'll see y'all in 10 minutes. Bad Daddy me out. Bad Daddy.
He keeps kicking me in the deck. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the deck?
Bad Daddy. Not your son. Bad Daddy. Real boy.
Daddy. Kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad Daddy. Not your son. Bad Daddy. Real boy.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I decided to get ice cream. I mean, in my kitchen. I'm about ready to go, and I'm like, oh shit, I should wash my hands. That was the 10-minute mark, right? And we're all talking, like, we get back. I'm about to go live, and it's like, oh no, let me fill my water up, and I'm everywhere. I'm not the only one who filled my water up, but I am super guilty of making that break extend. So you know what? I owe you an additional 4 minutes of episode at the end. All right.
But only he owes it, so we're gonna leave, and he's just gonna talk to you directly for 4 minutes.
I mean, you act like that's a difficult thing. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye, nerds. You go away. We're gonna talk. Me and the audience. I'm gonna hit this banter button. It doesn't work. Okay. Okay. So when we left off, before I let us get into a tirade of off topics again, the whole party was about to endure a TPK.
Yes, we're still waiting on that.
Okay.
Dragon still has a crit.
So he still has a crit. Okay, so you're standing at a giant wall of fire, 3.5 feet of lava, a couple feet on each end of molten dirt, it's kind of being tilled around. The pterodon is flying above you, Kester in pterodon form, in a tight circle to let you know that this is the shortest of the trips through the fire. What are you gonna do?
Hope we have the high ground.
I have the high ground. It's over.
How fast is the lava and the fire moving?
Slowly. I mean, you could outpace it going, following it to the beach. I mean, it is still all the way to the beach, but it's kind of molding itself over.
Less of a coming towards us and we can outrun it, and more of a it's coming towards us and how long would it be around us?
Oh, it's not coming towards you at all. This fire is running perpendicular to you as you face it.
Oh, so we could just walk straight to the mountain?
No.
No, lava takes a while to cool down, and how's the mechanics of lava in this game?
I guess what I'm saying is
It's pain.
you're at a wall of fire. Your destination is on the other side of the wall of fire.
Okay, yeah. But so what I'm wondering is,
Yep.
so okay, which
I could
direction
do some
is
drawing.
the wall of fire going?
Here,
That would probably be nice, please.
Let me just. I got you, buddy. We got it. Roll 20. I've got like a whole section here that's. 1 second. We're gonna say.
I wonder if the pterodon can carry us over the wall of fire.
Oh, hey, look!
Oh
that
man,
thing
look
we
at all
never did.
that.
The thing you missed. Let me just delete it off the screen. Okay, so assuming that we do a little freehand fire. This is the wall of fire. It sucks. It's a lot of fire. Specifically, the let me go up a little more. Specifically, the road would be that's actually much wider, but there's fire, right? You, represented by this ogre that was hiding in the gym lair.
God, that does look like us.
Like all of you combined in
The
one.
collective us, yeah.
Hey,
You-
that doesn't
really nails
seem
the
very
face.
nice.
You want to go over here because you'd have to go down here to go to the mountain, down that direction. It's probably a really shitty
Right.
color.
So which direction is the fire moving? Is my question.
Fire is going. The lava, the magma, is slowly rolling that way. It is just a constant wall of fire. The fire's not moving. There's just fire here. And if you look in the trench, there's liquid magma rolling towards the beach. But it's not. You're not at the end of it. The magma has already, like the river of lava, is all the way to the beach, and flowing in that direction.
Okay, so it's less of a question of
we're not trying to get past something that's trying to actively kill us, and more that we're just trying to get across a wall of fire.
This is a hazard. Yes. This is a wall of fire and magma.
Can we see what's on the other side of the wall of fire? Is there more magma on that side?
There is you see the magma. You can see where the magma ends, but the forest beyond it is actively on fire. Now it's not just a giant wall of fire continuously. It's just going to be a very, very hot area. Once you make it past this immediate flame wall, what he's guided you away from is the thicker parts of the forest that are dense with heat and fire and flames and actively. I mean, it's a forest fire.
Stay low, guys. Hold your breath.
So what are we doing? And the rules for magma are just really bad.
Yeah,
Go with that.
There's no written rules for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make something up if it comes to it.
Guys, why did we leave Jellycoy again?
Adventure and excitement.
Apparently.
Because someone promised themselves a black fist.
Well,
Don't phrase it like that.
well, we should try to get through this. Do we have a way to put out the fire, or do you think we could probably just jump across?
Those with a
Just give me.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would say your strength is your leaping distance with a running start. 10 feet is you're in a very dangerous spot if you only have a strength of 10.
What about 13?
Hard to gauge.
I'm just gonna make a bridge of stone
Okay.
and not sit down and just start casting the fabricate spell.
All right. Let me sit on the fabricate spell for a moment.
Let me bring it up. Sorry.
Yeah, and give me a D100 while we're at it, because we got to gauge the amount of stone in your immediate fabricate range. Yeah.
Oh.
The raw material available to you as you cast a spell and you're trying to bring together a stone bridge, there's just not enough. The ground here is not rocky enough. Now you do pull some out, and this bridge starts.
How much bridge can I get on this side?
I mean, you were able to find about a 5x5 square of rock, all said and all put together. It just doesn't make anything sturdy and bridge-like. That's going to arch enough over the lava. In fact, as you do it, you start to make this bridge, and you morph it and twist it, realizing the materials you have as the stone rises out of the earth. And you all see this stone start to reach and arch over it. He's got to bring it lower and lower because he doesn't have enough material to fully complete the arch, and then the heat of the magma begins to melt the stone, and it collapses into the pit.
Damn.
Nice try, Nox.
It was an attempt.
It's a good one. Good thought.
How much time is left in my polymorph? Or Joy's polymorph?
Like 50 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Yeah, you could come back, pick us up, fly us across.
I'm gonna turn
I don't think I
into
could
a
carry you.
You can't. He can't do that.
pterodon.
Oh, he's
That's
not that big.
He's a medium size.
I mean,
Oh,
no, you know what? Actually, no. What would I roll for that? Can I try to
Well,
carry one over the fire?
let me take a look real
Is that
quick.
like a grapple check?
I know what the real rules are here. Well, it's your carrying capacity. So I got to go D&D 5e carrying capacity for a strength of 12. Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. So then 12 times 15. Theoretically, with magical fly, 180 pounds. With the heat, I'll tell you, you could do 180 pounds using the... Like, you'd have to get a flying start, come down, grab them, and then use the thermals to pull yourself up. But it's going to be a bit of an acrobatics check.
well, it's better you burn than anyone else. That's your
I
animal.
am not going to give them any choice in this matter. I'm going to try it.
Turn into a pterodon.
You're picking up the smallest one first, right?
Okay, real quick.
I'm not gonna start
There's
with
a
an
fun
ox.
sequence of events here. I'm going to need because they're acting on their own. Don't say anything. Kester, You circle around and you start flying down. First, who are you going after?
Who's the smallest?
Don't say anything
There's-
unless Joy and Kester are the only one I want to talk to right now. I do apologize for the sequence of events, but this is fun.
In all honesty, first target is Silt because he trusts me the most, so he's the most likely to let me try.
All right, Shelt, the pterodon's coming towards you. Are you gonna let it pick you up? Its claws are coming. It's very obvious.
Claws are coming?
Yep, right at you.
Yeah, T-pose.
Okay, Joy,
T-pose.
you are going to cast Polymorph on yourself and turn into a pterodon.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, I'm gonna wild shape into a pterodon.
You can't wild shape.
You're not high enough.
It's a quarter, right?
But it's flying.
Flying speed is level 8, Druid.
But it says, but D&D Beyond tells me that I can
It's
do it.
a CR creature, but it's the flying that means you can't because you're not high enough of a level to polymorph into creatures that have the fly speed. So you could polymorph into a pterodon, but you cannot shapeshift into a pterodon.
That fine, I'll do it the magical way.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
There goes another.
Give me a
poly-
wisdom check, please, Joy. Okay. You know that if you cast polymorph, Kester will come out of his polymorph form.
Damn it.
I couldn't get you on
Oh, I
that
thought
one.
you were going to. I wouldn't have blamed you.
I wanted to, but her character would know better. Her character might know better, just because Joy doesn't know any better. Because that would have been real bad for you two.
Yeah.
Depending on when the timing was, but yes.
Right, and there's some dice being rolled and some dexterity saving throws. But let's you could still do it, Joy. I'm not saying
about-
you can't.
How about a lizard?
Kester, give me an
Can they
acrobatics
turn
check, please.
into a
Plus 2.
fire-resistant lizard?
If there's one available.
If there's one available.
I think you should just pick the thing with the biggest jumping distance.
What's the thing you're trying to turn into?
I want to turn into a lizard.
She's trying to make her job easier, I think, is the answer. But, real quick, there are no lizards that are going to survive magma. Not on your list. They're all beasts. You have nothing elemental, nothing that's just dragon-like. Kester, acrobatics check, plus 2 is your stat.
Thank you.
So he's coming down, the claws are out, you put your arms out, give him a nice base to grab, lowering the DC significantly.
Nice.
And one.
So glad I could help.
All
As
right.
Kester pile drives in my chest.
More or less, but the significant part is, Shelt, you get pushed over. You just tumble onto the ground. You take no immediate damage or impact. Kester flies and glides straight through the wall of fire. Tumbling out on the other side, hitting the ground. We're going to go ahead and just give you a quick...
Is this 25 or 20 feet wide?
What's that?
The fire.
The distance is not relative here. The flame coming up is 10 feet-ish. It's the
Well,
magma
yeah,
and the...
I wanted to know the distance because technically Joy could turn into a giant frog and do the 20-foot long jump, and also if someone is small enough, she could swallow them before doing so.
None of us are that small, Larry.
Those are all true statements. Kester, you fly through the fire. You take 13 points of damage. As you pass through it, you unpolymorph. That brings your hit points to 0, bringing you back to Kester at full health. And then you tumble on the ground on the other side.
Well, it was worth a shot.
That's pretty good.
So, do you guys have any plans? Because I have one that I don't want to use.
Oh.
What's your plan?
Wait,
It
you said that
involves
as
a very
pterodon?
loud pulse.
No, he's human now.
Oh, okay, the fire did, yeah, okay.
Exactly his
Yeah.
hit points and damage, it turned out.
That's very lucky. It would send out a very loud pulse of, "Hey guys, I like magic."
Yeah, let's not do that.
Not yet.
Who here is
Yeah, you're at least over there, so.
Oh, I cannot make
definitely
that jump.
can't do that.
Who's confident
My-
enough to what?
Who's not confident enough to jump across?
Guys, I have one other idea.
And I climb one of the trees. There's trees on our side, right?
There are trees on your side. They were recently burned. There's going to be some hot touch
Oh, okay,
points.
they're not. They're not like there's none unburned ones.
Not far enough away. Like the fire had burned into the woods
Alright.
until it reached the
Never
fire
mind.
break, and then
Never mind, guys. No good trees to shoot it. I was just trying to get a rope across up high enough, but I wouldn't trust it on these trees.
I mean, yeah, that's you could definitely do that thing. It's just
How
questionable
far do you
integrity.
think you could? How far do you think you could jump if I threw you?
Who you asking?
Shout.
If you threw me, I'm not sure. That's lava. I'm not. I mean, I guess technically it's magma in this situation. That's a big risk that I don't know if I'm willing.
I mean, if the Navy's able to do it.
All right, then I'm trying.
Have you ever thrown shot put before?
I wish we had the Jabo launcher.
Yeah, that'd be great right now.
Nox, could you make one?
I could if we had better wood. I'm going for my final resort here. Casey,
Hey, what's up, bud?
Knox is gonna sit down and start doing creation, and he's gonna make a 5-foot pillar of adamantium in the middle of the river of lava for us to try and hop across.
Okay, let's see. Creation spell's a 5th level spell. You pull wisps of shadow material from the Shadowfell to create a
Damn.
non-living object of vegetable matter within range. Soft. Wait, why does it say vegetable matter? Oh, soft
That's
woods, rope, blah, blah, blah. You can use the spell to create mineral objects such as stone, crystal, or metal. The objects must be no longer than a 5-foot cube. No larger than a 5-foot cube. The object must be a form of material that you've seen before. Using any material with the spell as... Using any material created by this spell as another spell's material component causes the spell to fail, and the adamantium would last a minute. Okay. Okay.
As soon as I'm finished making this, you need to jump on it, jump across, like.
Alright.
Yeah, this will give you a jumping platform. It won't give you a full bridge. I like it, though.
Fucking.
It's the same 5-foot distance you were creating before, the 5-foot cube of material. You just can, it will resist the fire, and you can shape it sturdily.
So you want a strength check for a jump to the pillar,
Well-
and then a strength check to jump from the pillar.
Well,
to
how
the
are you doing it, Nox? That's gotta be I gotta understand what he's trying to do.
I'm turning to the rest of them and telling them, you're gonna need to jump and then jump again.
So you're putting in the center of the lava, is what you're saying.
Center of the lava so that we can hop on and hop off.
Okay.
For
Alright.
everyone that doesn't have a high enough strength.
Hopefully the lava isn't taller than 5 feet.
Adamant, and you're making it out of what? Adamantium?
I'm trying to make it last for as long as possible.
Okay.
Because stone melted pretty fast, and I don't have a whole lot of other options.
I guess the real good question here is, oh, that's a pretty good answer. And then lava temperature. I'm just looking up adamantium melting point.
We have an adamantium melting point?
Well, apparently Dwarf Fortress does, and that's good enough for me.
I mean, it makes a sense. It should have a melting point.
Well, it should have a melting point. I didn't know if they had a can. Wizards of the Coast isn't exactly the type of people to give us a melting point for metals.
So, you
Wonder
create.
what the melting point of mithril is.
Are you doing this? Is everybody ready? Or
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
all right, Nox turns it on,
That's a great plan.
and this form, this adamantium pillar, 5 by 5 foot, 5 foot coming out of the lava, sinks in a bit, gives you about a foot distance from the lava to the top of the platform. The adamantium itself is starting to glow a bit red at the base, but it's there.
Go!
Can I give you acrobatics?
Do you want acrobatics or athletics?
Oh, it's athletics. If you're doing this, it's athletics. All right, Joy runs across. She leaps. What is your strength, Kia?
It's 14.
Fine. If you have a strength of 11, I don't need you to roll.
Oh.
Not with the pillar.
Okay.
In the middle.
Okay.
If you have a strength of 14, you didn't even need the pillar. If you have a strength
14.
of 10,
Oh,
The pillow was for me.
if you have a 10,
I'm 13.
right? Well, if you have a 10, you got to roll now. But if you have 11 now, you don't have to roll. Essentially, what we're going with. Each of you, who is okay, so right first, Joy runs. She leaps over, barely gets a foot onto the pillar. She continues the momentum, strikes her knee into the air, and tumbles on the other side. Go ahead and roll 4d6 for me and take that damage as you pass through the flames. Kia, right behind her. You don't even need. You same too. You leap over, you use it as a launching point. You give me a 4d6 as you pass through the lava or the fire wall. Time's ticking.
I'm not sure about this, guys.
Fuck the stone. I leap over.
Okay. Same thing. Give me that 4d6 and take that damage, Jabo. You easily clear the stone in the distance.
Ah, sweet rolls.
1, 2, 3. Shelt and Nox are the only ones on the other side now.
Nox can just jump across. He's looking at Shelt like, you good?
Come on, Shelt, you got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is on the stone, though, right? Does he even have to check on the stone?
He does. If you
I have a 7 strength.
So, Shelt starts to run. He leaps. He's leaping for the stone, just like everybody else did. He's coming short. He pulls his hands over. You get your hands on the other side of the pillar, but your feet splash into the magma. Go ahead and roll 10d10. All right. I'm assuming you're going to use your reaction and rogue out of that half damage?
That's only for attacks.
Only for
Unless
attacks.
you're saying the lava's attacking me.
No,
Not an option.
your legs kind of slammed into it. Nox, are you reacting? 57 points of damage. Shelt, your legs, you don't feel them. As soon as they hit the lava, you stop feeling sensation. The burning is so bad. They're not gone. It's still hit points. Are you still up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you watch, you're going to get your legs out. You're going to swing them over as you kind of pull your body up, but they look bad. They are blackened. Your flesh is melting off the foot. You're not sure if you see bone yet.
I'm hopping onto the pillar and I'm throwing him now. I'm trying to get him as far across as I can.
And then let me just do the firewall damage.
Yeah, both of you take 4d6.
That's 21.
Which I have.
That brings me up to 78 damage.
Are you still up?
Surprisingly.
Okay. Now you roll again. Athletics. At advantage, Nox is helping. It takes you a moment to gather yourself. You're being burned by this fire. This platform is heating up. Fuck. All right. So.
I cast Fly on Soap
Okay.
midway through his jump.
Okay.
Second, I don't think he's gonna make it. Cast Fly.
He jumps, and it's looking about the same, especially with his legs. He's hobbling the fire, and he's trying to jump. And if you ever try to throw a person, you actually impede them more when you try to help them jump than if they could jump this. It looks kind of like that. It's not kind
Unless
of
you're perfectly timed.
Unless you're perfectly timed and practiced. And with his feet and the way it's looking, he's falling, and right before he hits the lava, his momentum suddenly goes into a horizontal trajectory, and he flies forward. Now both of you take another 2d6 of fire damage, as you had to spend a round on the platform.
And I collapse.
And as
That's
he's
all
flying,
I
right,
touch you for a cure wounds.
right before, you'll see him fly and hit the ground unconscious.
He's not unconscious.
He's not unconscious anymore as Jabo walks over and brings you back
Cool.
up.
So I take 8 damage.
You do. You took the 4d6 and the 2d6? Oh, wow, yeah, okay,
yeah.
you halved it.
And,
Nice.
And I have it because
Fire resistant. You all gather around as Shelt's, maybe I don't know if you gather around, but you all see Shelt have these moments, his feet blackened, his clothes kind of melted into his skin. This is rough.
as soon as I'm across, I'm healing him.
Okay.
Or more than what I did. I just wanted to sustain him.
Here's a 4th level cure wounds, so this will be whatever this number is plus 3.
Okay. All right. And Shalt, you do come to, and the first there's a wash of healing energy that goes down, and it focuses heavily on your legs. You feel them peeling and recovering, flesh and boot and flesh, boot, and pants peeling away as you almost shed a new skin. 30 points of healing total as you start to get feeling back in your legs, and the blackness fades.
I think as I come conscious, my immediate reaction
Please.
is like the moment I come conscious, my immediate reaction is get away. Like I'm on the ground and I'm like pushing myself away, just away. Whatever's going on.
Absolutely, and you all are having to catch up to him and keep near him to finish your cure.
He's still
wounds.
flying.
He still has flying. It's actually Kester's. Ooh, oh shit. Yeah, you get your healing off, but Shell, you can fly. So would you fly away?
Not like for a while, but like I'd probably make 20 feet of progress before
Yeah.
I'd stop.
You are hovering in the air. Your legs. I mean, they're there. They're bare. There's no hair on them.
I'm not sure why, but the HP doesn't seem to be updating on our little thing. Just so you know.
Oh, doesn't it? Okay, I'll check it out. You're from your knees down. It essentially looks like brand new legs. All the, hairless, smooth, no tan, no all the any calluses or roughness gone. The toenails are still missing in several spots. It begins to heal again as that healing warmth hits you again as Jamie pulls everybody's taking their turns pouring healing magic over you.
Another 11. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'll kind of slowly lower myself down. Probably tuck my legs up almost just so the legs don't hit the ground.
Yeah.
First, so I'll sit down and just kind of sit for a little bit, kind of stare down. Made it across.
Hey, yeah, that you did. Glad to see you here.
Should we take a quick breather?
How about we do it
I'm
away
not
from the fire?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure this is a
Yeah,
good
wait.
Yeah, how far away is it, Kester, to the cable?
To the what now?
The cave entrance.
He didn't
Yeah.
see you didn't see it from up there.
I didn't see. I saw no cave entrance.
Oh, how far to the mountain then?
How far to the mountain?
About a mile and a half at the angle you were going.
A mile and a half.
What do you guys think? Try to get to the base of the mountain and take a break there?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no more walls of fire.
I feel like everything's gonna be a wall of fire. We shouldn't be here.
No, let's keep going.
Yeah. So. I'll lead the way towards the base of the mountain as long as we don't run into anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk next to the floating shelf, and
Yeah.
Same.
I'm sorry. That's my fault.
It's okay. Yeah. Wait, I want off. Once we can, how off this one. This place slaps.
As you push deeper towards the mountain, into the woods, the sun starts to come up on the east side, outlining the mountain clearly. The fire and the smoke behind you continues. In many places, it looks like the woods have been completely burned out. or at least no active fire on the wood line. It starts to just be this magma. And you get about half a mile away. Those with a passive perception of 18. Anybody? 18? Joy?
One person.
You hear it. Well, Joy, you'll hear it first. There are people coming from the direction of the beach, paralleling the fire, probably on those forces. And they seem to be heading where you were, not where you are.
The soldiers coming this way along the fire, heading towards where we were.
If y'all stop for a moment and listen, some of you may be able to just make out footsteps of a squad to platoon-size element talking and chattering.
If they're ever able to actually figure out that was us that were there, we'll say that we fought a couple of kobolds, the ones that could cast, and we ended up throwing them in the lava.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Good
And that's
idea.
even if they get across.
Nobody cast anything.
Yeah, I'm pointing at Shell.
He was flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently
Oh.
floating like 3 feet off the ground.
I almost feel like it's an aha moment. She's like, nobody cast anything, staring at you, floating.
That's not normal for you. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm almost like I would imagine I'm almost like kind of balled up, just like floating
Pitifully
above the ground a little
floating.
bit. Yeah.
You've had some moments. As you push and the sun comes up, you get to close-ish to the base of the mountain. Any further, you're going to be pushing into clearings and trails. Would you like to continue?
I'm kind of confused on time.
Yeah.
So we left near midday, if not morning, because of everything. And then it only took us like an hour or something to get to the fire, and then it was a mile and a half away from the mountain, and it's sun coming up.
I was picturing you were resting at night. Well, you were resting at night. The boat was dropped on you before the morning.
Yeah, we left pre
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not the next day.
No,
No.
it is just
Okay,
the
perfect.
sun is coming up
Okay.
because it is the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we had already lost a day to get there, and I'm like, that was like a 3-hour journey.
Oh no, no. You were
We're actually
disturbed.
on the
about-
island of Dominimo again.
No.
It was about 4
never
a.m.
left.
or so when
Wisdom
shit
Okay,
started
okay.
going down.
Makes a lot more sense now.
That's why you had to finish your long rest intermittently. So, you know you're coming up to probably where the trails are, where you're going to start having to look for the cave. Do you want to rest here or keep going?
What do you guys think? Should we take a rest here? I don't see anything.
I look around to make sure there's nothing like too obviously dangerous about.
Give me a perception check.
What kind of rest?
Oh, just patch yourselves up, and I kind of gesture at Shell, like maybe he could take care of himself a little bit more.
AKA spend
Yeah.
hit dice.
Yeah.
Some bandages. and...
I'd like a moment.
I have already forgotten. Did you say you needed perception
Yes.
or investigation?
I need perception.
Okay.
All right. At 19, you see that there's a high point on the side of the mountain that you end up moving and shifting your resting place over a short distance just to be out of the eye line of what looks to be some high ground.
Oh, over here seems to be just slightly better, view and all. So yeah, maybe we patch ourselves up, and I'm just gonna, don't mind me right here.
28 stealth, and I go into a tree
Becomes
or
a
rock.
tree again. You just you see that Homer Simpson gif of him just disappearing?
Yes.
So, Shell, you're
Yeah.
how are you spending your long rest? Just describe to me your actions.
You mean short rest, right?
Short rest. Excuse me. You're right.
I was just making sure.
The fly spell
I
ends
think-
after an hour.
An hour.
Yeah, an hour. I think I'd just find somewhere to sit and just kind of like next to a tree or under a tree or something. I just sit for a while.
Okay. The highlight of your rest will be when your feet first touch surfaces again.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new. These are all brand new. What's the word I'm looking for? Sensory
Nerves.
nerves. Thank you. Fresh nerves, fresh skin. All the calluses are gone. Everything feels very there. Is the first thing you notice. Like it's been a while since you felt the earth so clearly. Like baby feet. Somebody said it. Albina said it earlier.
This might sound silly. How do you use a hit die?
You click the hit dice word and the red dice. Like mechanically, I assume you don't mean mechanically because you know that, but on
Yeah, no, I don't see the hit die button. Sorry to interrupt the.
No, it's perfect. So if I click on my
find it
character,
So it pops up to the side when you go to short rest.
Ah, okay, I have to hit short rest. Okay.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Perfect, fully healed.
All right, Sam. And I used exactly half of my hit dice.
Okay. Perfect. No one ever really pushes their hit dice that hard. It's been a while since we've.
Yeah, I was hoping to only use half because at a long rest you only get half of your hit dice back.
I pushed that hard on the ones that I can use.
Thank you, Kester, for not letting that become a dead player.
Yeah.
Appreciate it,
I still
Kester.
feel. Oh my god. For the record, Kester's staying far away from South during this time. 'Cause
Okay.
He feels like shit because he could have made that a lot easier and didn't.
I'm a fucking.
If you got to
dumbass.
pick him up,
So
I
you
should
all.
have just picked him up and jumped. That would have been mechanically easier.
So you all.
Yeah, but I could have got everyone across for no damage.
So we'll handle this in character because that's beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful roleplay stuff. So in character, Kester, Shelt's been left alone. Kester's not normally where he's at, which is near Shelt. Whether anybody notices that, just perception, high perception scores, your decisions. But your short rest otherwise goes uninterrupted. Okay. At the end of your short rest, you all have spent your hit dice, and it's kind of you've been there. Sounds like you've been there in silence. Kind of
I
attending to
definitely
your wounds. It's a fucking tree. Okay. No, what do you do?
Are you guys ready?
pop out of the tree.
Christ, Jake.
Yeah, I gotta get used to that. Is there a faster or a better way to get out of becoming a tree or a rock and not scaring everyone?
Just don't
funny
talk while
every
you do
time.
it.
Yeah, don't talk while you do it. Just come out and be like, give us a second to realize you're there, and then be like, let's go, guys.
And
Alright,
don't come
I'll
up
try
right
that.
behind us when you talk.
Yes.
But that's the best spot.
They used to sit on the side of boats. You know how they sit on the side of boats and they wait for people to know if they're a ghost or not before they come ashore? That's what you should do.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
I turned to Shelt. Shelt, are you okay? You're the one where I want to make sure it's ready, the most ready.
Yeah, yeah. It
Good.
should be good to me.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear that you're strong enough to push on.
Yeah. Just yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yeah. Start pushing forward.
Okay. All right. So you give me a survival check, and we'll work this as a bit of a searching cave entrance skill check. Series of skill challenges it used to be. Okay. 19 survival. Obviously, the base of the mountain. You see it. There are several trails moving up and down. It's it's a large mountain, even if it's only like a 4x5 wide mile island. It's still a large chunk of rock. Trails going up it to the left, to the right. You spend some time checking the paths. You find clearly some signs of a large dragon-like creature, claws and tail swishing around in the dirt. And you all begin to climb. And you ascend, and it wraps around. You're given 2 paths. You get to a break point where there's a shallow cliff that wraps around to the left. It's where it looks like the dragon takes off from here and has a short glide to around a bend that you can't quite see the other side of. Or you can continue to check out the path as it winds to the right.
Before we make that choice, looking at those tracks, just because I can act when tracking creatures, blah blah blah, number, size, and how long ago they were in the area. I'd like to know how long ago, just to make sure he's not recently roosted.
Right. Okay. So most of the tracks you find are older, at least a day, but mixed in with heavy foot traffic, repeated foot traffic, day after day after day after day. None of these tracks are in the last 12 hours.
Alright, guys, it looks like he hasn't come back to roost yet. What do you guys think? This way or that way?
That way.
That way.
I've got.
I wasn't sure which way.
Opposite directions.
I don't know which is which.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go with the.
Oh, we are going the same directions.
We're gonna go with the harder to scale one.
Because the one was harder to scale, right? That was my impression.
Yeah, it is. I mean, one's a wide path that wraps around an unknown way, and the other one is about a 4-foot ledge, 4-foot wide ledge.
I think that's the one ever.
Is that 4-foot wide ledge? That's the one you guys think would be best.
Anyone got climbing gear? One of us goes ahead and makes it easier for the others to get up.
Why is the rope always gone?
Well, maybe when we get our pixie back, we'll make sure everybody has tons of rope.
We're having everyone launcher that anyone can ride.
I don't want to
Yes.
get launched.
I want to be launched.
Not again.
5 launchers.
I'll turn into an armadillo. Is there an ocean armadillo? That'd be really fun.
We'll have
I
the
could
team
levitate.
the pixie
I could-
launcher.
I could cast levitate on myself. Sit on the launcher. That's such a bad idea. I
Nox
love
is
it.
gonna start climbing the rock wall. Get away from this conversation.
As
You-
he's doing that, I turn to Joy.
You know, you might be onto something though. You could turn into an armadillo. I could try to throw you up there. It doesn't look that far, right?
How far does it look?
Well, it's so what this is, and maybe I'll describe this poorly. It's just a ledge that you're gonna have to walk around. It covers a bend around the mountain, so you're not climbing up. You're walking on a precarious ledge.
Gotcha.
Joy,
Oh,
Joy, can you turn into one of those goats?
A mount.
I can
Look
turn
up.
into
Someone
a
needs
goat.
to be looking up while we go up. I don't want to get ambushed from the sky.
I'm always looking up.
I mean, I didn't mean for it to be a short joke. Why'd you do that?
It's a short joke.
I
not a
didn't
joke,
make
he's
it a
always
short
doing it.
joke. I just thank you, Jabo, for making a statement of fact, Kester, you asshole.
It just so happens to
I
be a
guess I
joke.
made it the short joke.
You did.
Unfortunate. Hey,
You
do you
turn into a
like
goat. Okay, Joy wild shapes
Goat's
into a
up.
goat mid
It?
conversation.
Brilliant.
Okay.
All right.
And now, as you guys took a moment this time to watch it, her shape does more or less the same. Her back cracks as she thrusts into the ground. Her
Why
legs
am I watching this?
actually bending in all the backwards
I'm
places.
not watching
Fur
that's-
begin.
Nope.
Her clothing falls into her skin, and fur comes out. A tail out at the last minute before her ears and her head and her skull begin to just morph and fold together into horns.
Oh, that is
What happens if you polymorph a wild
disgusting.
shaped druid?
Nope. You just polymorph on top of it.
Okay, just checking.
She's got extra levels of hit points.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah.
Nox is continuing along the ledge, looking up.
Okay.
All right, guys, we should probably catch up to Nox. He's
Yep, let's do
quick
it.
one.
Nox, give me a survival check.
Oh,
At disadvantage, because you're not looking at your feet.
Well, here comes that +3. Fuck
Alright.
my life.
All right. How heavy is Nox?
Do you want the total weight?
Yeah, I do. If you just give
no.
ballpark it.
297.63 pounds.
Okay, 297.63 pounds. Okay, give me a D100, please. As you're
Not
walking,
that bad.
so it's not a bad check. Okay, higher, better. So essentially, Nox has got himself flat against the wall, or are you doing it just forward
Flat
walking?
against the wall.
Flat against the wall. Okay, you have room if you wanted to just walk across it, but you're keeping to the ledge and you're looking up, and you're moving slow enough. With the 12, you know well enough to check your footing between each step. You get to a portion where it feels soft, and you test it, and some rocks give way in the path in front of you. And you're not sure about the stability of the immediate section in front of you.
That was a really bad time to have thrown away that quarterstaff.
There
With a
might be
sword.
one tied to the goat.
I'm gonna grab my hammer and just sort of test the area in front of me.
Give me an investigation check.
Also a disadvantage.
No, normal. You're not looking up anymore. You're actually investigating a surface. This area looks like it'll hold. It looks like it'll hold 2 people at least. Maybe not two 90-pound dwarfs, but you know you're pretty certain that this is sturdy. As long as you stay away from the edge.
All right, then. Yeah, I'm gonna shimmy across as carefully as I can. I'll look at my feet for this section.
No, absolutely. And we'll just take your 20 for that one from earlier as you do shimmy across, and you get about halfway when the earth begins to fall out from under your feet. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Good thing
Good
I have
luck.
that cloak of protection.
Okay, not bad. As the ground slides from under you, it doesn't just immediately come out. You're able to scamper. You turn and you take a few steps. The earth falling beneath you as you grab on to the ledge with the bottom portion of your ribs, and you throw your body over. But the pathway for about a 5-foot section between you and the rest of the party is slid off, and it's now about a foot in width rather than 4 feet for a 5-foot section.
Lying on my back there.
Watch your footing.
The wind gusting through the mountains emphasizes the statement for a moment as some of the last debris that you sent down kind of tumbles off the side. Who's next in the order?
Alright, I think it would be me. Yep. It looks like I'm just gonna try to hop it. I hop it.
Okay. I assume you wait for Nox to...
Yeah. I'm not gonna hop on top of
He's
Nox.
just lying on the ground. All right.
Pick it up, little one. No.
Hop on,
All right.
This is not hop on pop. Stop.
All right, J-Bo. You make the jump easily as you clear it. Nox has given you plenty of room. You land, and how much do you weigh?
Well, without anything on 300 pounds. You want more?
No, you're fine.
Without your gear? Oh, shit.
Well, you're fine. Your athletics check is good. As your back foot hits, the earth begins to slide out from under you. You take your second foot lands, and you're able to move past it. But another section of the cliff.
My athletics? Did you want me to actually roll one?
Oh no, you're fine. You clear it with your
Okay.
strength.
I figured, but you said my athletics check, so I got confused.
Sorry, with your jump. So what essentially was a 5-foot section,
Yeah.
where it went from 4 feet to 1, is now a 7-foot section that went from 4 feet to 1. And now it's still, you could you could maybe precariously use that foot and a half to walk across, but it's just getting more and more dangerous as your heavier people tumble and jump around on it.
I'm
Heavy
gonna
ones
go
are gone.
next because basically tightrope walking skills here. But on top of that, I'm going to supplement it. I have because I have like the thieves kit and stuff like that, all their stuff. Thieves kit has pythons in it,
Okay,
so I'm gonna try to use pythons if I can in the wall.
here's what I'll give you. Either thieves' tools check or acrobatics at advantage.
It's gonna be much better than the athletics thing.
Bleh.
All right.
Wow, those are bad rolls. That was a 5 and an 8 on the dice.
Oh no, but look at those numbers.
Rogues, everyone.
You watch as Shelt takes a moment and he goes through his bag and he pulls out a couple of pittons and he finds handholds and he begins to shimmy across. Now he's using a mixture of the footing and the pittons and he's holding his body weight off of it, but he makes it look pretty easy. There's some moments where you're worried for him, but his expression never changes. He's confident in his footing and he gets to the other side without causing any further structural damage.
I'll go next. Then.
I'll take those 2 pittons and I'll I'm gonna throw this back. Actually, I probably have a bag with the 10 of them in, right?
Probably. A small
I
depends.
can't wait to see the goat make this.
That'd be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch the goat do this. But yeah, I'll at least for Kia look back and be like, you want?
Yep, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You could have left them in the hole if you wanted as you went.
Oh yeah, I will definitely have left them in the hole. Actually.
I mean, that just makes sense as a climbing tool. You would have naturally thought to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully, whoever uses them last can gather them as they come back.
What I'll say is anybody with a proficiency in thieves' tools or climbing gear or athletics can roll at advantage with these pittons.
Or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Sure.
Yes. Okay, I'll go next then.
Okay. Kia makes it over in a very similar fashion, swift and easy. And she's across. Kester and Joy. Kester and a goat stand on the other side.
Kester will go before the goat because he's gonna have to pull the Titans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's the Titans, you have advantage. Is that
So
what it is?
it looks like the goat just goes. So what you see, is as you're looking at it, the goat kind of headbutts you a bit, right? And she just prances across, clearly making it to the other side. wait, your goat doesn't have a +9, unfortunately, but the result's the same.
Yeah.
Why
Jesus
doesn't
Christ.
the goat have a +9? I rolled it from the goat stat.
Yeah.
If I look at the goat, and I
Does the goat
see
actually
an
have a +9?
athletics proficiency and a +9, the goat has a +1 strength, so at best it has a +1 to
But
athletics.
that still would have been a
it
19.
really does. It says save it. I rolled this from the goat thing. I don't have a +9. I have a +8.
It does say goat under her thing.
I see it says goat under her thing. Let me look. We'll look at it later. You're fine. You're across. The intricacies of shape-shifting might be lost to me.
Let's go. Oh god, that's great.
I have
Okay.
sure-footed.
Kester. You grab the piton. You're walking using the pittons that have been put in place.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
got
trying to
them out
pull
as I
them.
go through, I guess.
You get to about the 3rd one in, and you begin to pull, and it's a little tough, and you end up yanking it out, and with enough force to throw yourself backwards off the cliff, and you begin to fall. Clear
is
of any
fine.
wall of anything to grab.
Just fall back. Put the wand down. Just cast Featherfall. This is unfortunate.
You all watch.
As
Go ahead.
he's feather falling, so he's
Yes.
slowly falling. I'm just gonna take the rope.
Okay. Good.
Oh. I'm just gonna if I take the rope and just throw one end down at his slow fall body.
Give me just give me just roll d20. Kester, about the first 5 feet, 10 feet, you begin to slowly fall to the ground, and Shelt, the only person in this party with rope still, tosses it into you, and it's right there. Make a grab for it. You were comfortably falling before you cast. So let me get a dexterity saving throw to grab it.
Oh, sure.
I'll say it's just
That's
at your
not what I
distance.
13.
That'll be enough. As you grab it, you stop falling. Your weight. I'll put it this way: you fall slowly. It doesn't make you less heavy.
Yeah.
As you grab the rope and Shell, everything goes tight, really quickly.
I'm just gonna look back at
Grabbing the rope.
Yep, there we go.
I was like, in a moment there, someone's about to fall.
Yeah, and just full.
Just give me an athletics check. One of you at advantage, or Nox at advantage. You're being helped out. Okay. It takes some time. A couple times. Interesting thing here is you're pulling him up. There's a moment where you slip, and he begins to fall again, but he does so slowly, so you have plenty of time to grab the rope again. But every pull is at full weight as he works his way up, almost like a rappel machine when you're mountain climbing. And after a while, he gets close enough to the edge and he can help lift himself up.
Like you slip and he falls back slowly.
Yeah, like a ballet. So yeah, that he gets up. He's on the cliff. That's a first level spell, right?
Yep, it is.
Perfect. And you now have everybody across the other side of this gap. And you can see now as you take a moment that you're only a few meters away from this opening up again.
I'm gonna real quick just like, since he wasn't able to grab all of them, just gather my pythons, like go back and then come back again.
Okay, just give me another check. Same advantage and perfect. Man, I feel like you do a somersault this time. Just
I always feel like this time I just walk and then just walk backwards on the way back before I get the pythons.
perfect. Yeah, the ground is doesn't give way at all when you have your pythons back, except for one.
Except for one.
The pull back fall.
I now have
For flavor.
9 pythons.
If we're ever in a situation where 9 pythons get you in trouble but 10 wouldn't,
We'll fire the DM.
That'll be great.
Yeah. I now weigh just a little bit less than I did before.
Now you're still barefoot through all this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's a good consideration. I didn't think about this as the player because I'm not barefoot, but I'm sure Shelt would have because he's barefoot.
Okay. Do you have something that you would have put on?
I have 2 entirely different sets of clothes on me.
Yeah, if you carry those around on a regular basis and they wouldn't have been on the ship there, you
Actually, wait, sorry, I only have 1, but I do carry it around with me regularly. Yeah.
So what you would have is like nobles pants and bottoms, but your adventurer's top.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice shoes on. He's got the nice polished shoes and the.
Yeah, they're like really nice. They come to like a point.
Man, you got the pointy shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
What are those?
They have like they have like really nice, like it almost looks like golden, I'm trying to say the thing, like patterns. Jamie, help me.
Embroidery.
Paisley.
Yes.
Embroidery.
I'm thinking kind of embroidery. Sort of thing. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
You got the sewing machine, so you know all the sewing terms.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, super nice shoes.
So you're there.
You want the cobbler.
You're there. You have there are 5 adventurers and a goat standing on a path that opens up again into the mountains, and it continues to wrap around the side of the mountain.
Did Casey's voice get really deep
Yeah.
for anyone else?
What's going on?
Really deep.
Did you do that on purpose, Casey?
No, hello. Is my voice still very deep?
Yeah, it's like scary deep.
You sound like you've been huffing boron.
Yeah.
Testing. Hello.
We also heard more of the background than we usually do.
Yeah. That was really weird.
You sound like this, like down here, like I'm trying to do a newscaster voice.
And that's what I
This
thought he
just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was, but then as he went, I was like, that's not what he's doing.
Oh.
This voice, maybe he's talking about. So while
Okay.
he fixes
Am I
that,
good?
thought
Am I good?
You're good.
You're
Yeah,
good
I
now.
think so.
Okay.
That was funny.
For a second there, that
So
might have
good.
been the internet, but we're fine. Okay.
There's lightning.
I need to get a higher quality connector, I think. This cable's sketch at times. Okay, so
I know all about sketchy cables.
the path opens up in front of you, continues around the mountain. Forward or backwards?
Forward.
Okay. It's a very short trek as you wind up a bit and cuts in to the right deeply, and you are met almost abruptly with a very, I'd say, a large entrance to a cave, and the footing, the trail picks up again, J-Bo, and you see the kind of the tail and the imprints it left in the dirt as it goes into and down. This entrance opens up, going down into the mountain.
And instantly look at those marks to see if they're new or fresh.
All right, they are fresh.
going in.
So ready.
I'm all ready.
Which light guys want more armor? Because I'm gonna take my leather off and I'm gonna mage armor up.
At that moment, I actually touched you and give you a protection from energy fire. Because it lasts for, let me make sure it lasts. Yeah, it lasts for 1 hour. Yeah.
You want to give it to
still
someone
last.
else? Because well, you didn't tell me, so whatever.
What?
I got a plan for that.
Well, you have protection
Yeah, do
from
what you
fire. Yep, you have it.
Cool.
Okay.
Because I assume we're going in, right?
I hate saying this, Shalt, because you've just been badly burnt, but I think this is your expertise here now.
Yep. I think you're right. I'm gonna pull out my bow and arrow. Actually, I'm not gonna pull the arrow quite yet. I'm gonna have the bow out and make my way in, slowly and stealthily.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Is anybody who's following?
I'm gonna
I'll follow.
but far enough behind that I hope I'm not a hindrance to his
I'm gonna follow behind at like a 60-foot distance, like far enough
be in the
away
middle.
back.
I'm stealthy enough.
Okay.
We all
Anybody
roll
who's staying
stealth.
close, give me a stealth first. Is there a signal for Shelt for them to stop if you stop? How do you guys handle that? Because if he's stealthing forward and he sees something and I want to describe something to him, you all are still walking forward.
I think the symbol is like if they can see me.
If they can see you, okay.
Yeah, if they.
He's at the edge of my vision, so I can see him the entire time.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll probably be around Nox because I have my bow also drawn, and that's a range of 120 to 600, so I'd be about 60 or 80.
Okay.
So I can still hit something.
Well, it's a matter of turns and corners. So every time you get to a turn in a corner, you're going to stop and give signals, or you're going to, because if you come into like two
Yeah.
corners in a row, they can lose sight. I'm just trying to get the specifics of your stealthing techniques.
Yeah. So, if I ever needed them to stop, it'll very much just be like a hand on my back, basically like a. I can describe this visually because I have enough space to stand now. Like, we were in my room a while ago. Be like that, like hand up, stop. Trying to keep my body very close to myself.
Okay.
And coming to corners, I would definitely stop them before I went around a corner.
Okay.
Take a look for myself, go away. I wouldn't go 2 corners in a row until I knew they had vision of me again.
Okay. All right.
Esther, I have no idea what these hand signals mean, but you've been working with Shelt long enough to tell me what they mean.
Yeah, they mean halt. That's a halt.
Thank
That
you.
one right there, that's.
We're saying
that's
that whispering
follow.
likewise,
Of course.
despite their fact
I'm
that their
saying
voice is not sounding like whispers.
Stage whisper.
Stage
Yeah,
whisper.
stage whisper.
Okay. So, knowing that,
Anyways.
your stealth check.
Oh!
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi. You go. I'm gone from the like. Wait, actually.
Wait, where'd Kyle go?
There you go.
Esther, or Shelt's stealth was so good, Kyle disappeared.
Exactly.
It's too powerful.
So you begin to move through the cavern. Shelt, Kia is very close behind. It digs down and wraps and snakes a bit. It's easily big enough around you. You feel that this is definitely a dragon's thoroughfare. And the first point you get to of interest is you wrap around the first corner, second corner, practicing your hand signals and getting everybody kind of in rhythm. You come to a junction, a fork. To the right, it's wide. It's clearly big enough for the dragon. To the left, a smaller tunnel. More medium-sized creature, you on your hands and knees, kind of up and to the right.
I'm gonna stop everyone. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look on my hands and knees, like look up through it if I can.
Okay.
At all.
So, taking a look at it, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Kia, if you're following that closely behind, you give me one too.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Thank you, Kia, for being here.
You're welcome.
It looks like it goes up and over the bigger tunnel, kind of following it around. Past that, it's tough. It's going to be dark once you get in there. You'll need something to assist with light, but you're not sure where that light would emanate either.
So Kia's basically right next to me. It's interesting, but seems risky. What do you think?
I mean, I could probably sneak ahead and scout.
But the issues I don't want, because we don't know what's up there, I don't want any one of us getting too far away from the edge of the group.
My first guess would be kobolds.
Yeah, shit, you might be right, kobolds. I think we follow the way the dragon is then.
Yeah, kobolds
don't-
are easy. Dragon is not.
Yeah, and I'd rather not run into kobolds and have them sound an alarm of some kind. Although,
Precisely.
that looks like it goes over the other tunnel. Keep close to me like you have been, but while I keep eyes ahead, could you actually keep eyes up? See if maybe
that,
maybe if they have peepholes into the tunnel we're going through.
I can do that.
Okay, cool.
What do you think
And-
you're talking about, Kester?
Sorry, just trying to be.
I was gonna say, if it's getting darker right now, I'm gonna cast this on myself.
Okay. Yeah,
goes
it's
for 8
starting to
hours.
go into low light as you're getting around these bends. The light stops reflecting very well.
Hi, I have Skulker now, so the low light actually doesn't affect my vision at all.
Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, the tunnel would just be darkness, but
Yeah.
there seems to be some kind of refracting light.
So we'll
Go ahead.
go through the big tunnel.
Okay. All right. So Kia, give me a perception check. Shell 2.
Sweet.
Just looking for different things.
Can I use my passive?
Yeah, you can. What is it?
14.
Okay. Okay. And your passive is 12. Okay. So, as you're moving through, hand and arm signals, the party starts moving again with you. Kia, you're keeping a look up, and occasionally, as you begin to wind down, and this is taking some time, as you begin to wind down, you see almost vents above you. First thing you could stop everybody, but you do see maybe an arrow. Maybe it's an arrow hole. Maybe it's just a natural rock formation. It doesn't look carved out particularly, but if the tunnel were following in that direction, that might be where that might be connected.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stop Shelton and point it out.
I'll look up. Can I see them? If she puts them up.
Yeah, you can see the holes now that she points to it.
Get able to like look in one a little bit more properly, and I'll actually pull the arrow out now at this point. Doesn't
Okay.
look like anything's in there. Looking at us.
Nothing seems to be looking back at you. Nothing's giving off any light. There's no object or shadow on the inside.
All right. I'm actually gonna stop and kind of wander back to the rest of them, and I'm gonna. Kester, I forget if you had a chance to. Do you still have more?
Mhm.
Your spider?
Yeah, I got it.
Can
I'll
you?
pop more into my hands.
And I'll go to take more.
Okay.
Go for it.
Give your senses over that thing you do. Where yeah, and then I'll walk over and I'll put Remore through the hole.
Okay.
I'll
So,
start it out.
and possibly my bad, but
Oh, is it really high up?
it's higher. Yeah, this is a tunnel for a
Okay.
dragon, and this is in the ceiling.
Okay, sorry. So I'll put Remore on the wall.
Okay. Yeah, too
And
easy.
then
Yeah,
like-
I guess it's the same thing. And he'll.
Yeah.
All right, so Caster, here's what you see. Scurry up, and there's this arrow-like slit. As you get on, you're climbing. It seems more and more of a natural formation, and it opens up into a tunnel. From Remore's perspective, a large tunnel. One direction coming back the way you just came, and one going deeper in.
Nothing else?
Well, not without going further. You just tell me left or right, or deeper or farther, backwards or in.
I'm gonna walk back to Kester too, because I can still hear Kester at the very least.
I can't hear you,
Yeah.
but I
you
can
hear-
speak.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you?
Yeah, so I'll tell them it looks like it's an empty cave, but they do look like these do look like arrow slits.
They look like natural formations.
Natural formation
Just
just
from-
happens to be this way.
Yep. And there's a tunnel that goes deeper in, and a tunnel that comes closer to.
Yep, there's one deeper, and one that comes back towards where we came. I don't have a way to communicate. Actually, I can get my senses back real quick.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll bring back. Do I want to go deeper in, or do we gonna leave it as is?
You know what? Might as well go deeper. At the very least, a spider won't set off an alarm, so I don't mind about a spider being spotted. What do we all think? Okay,
Okay.
so keep going.
Time for the spider to depart. I'll give my
Right.
senses back to Ramor, and we'll get going.
Okay. So, the Remor begins to move through the tunnel, going deeper and deeper in. It's the surface itself of the inside of the tunnel is mostly natural, but it does look like it's been worn and used as a footpath on the bottom. Some sections carved out for some sections that were naturally seats were carved out a little better to be more comfortable as the tunnel winds and waves its way through. It's hard to tell distance. You travel some time. You come to a large chamber. Light now peering through on the other side. An opening to your left as Remorse form sees, from his perspective, an incredibly huge opening peering down into a chamber below. This chamber lit by lava, magma on the edges, waved in through almost like a running river. Embedded close to the fire, and against a large pile of gems, jewels, and gold, is the dragon, resting, his nostrils flaring with steam and smoke as his tail swishes and dips in the magma, flicking out bits of, flaming magma as he splatters it on the wall behind him. He rolls over on his side, and the bed of coins folds with his weight, some of them skittering into the actual lava. The rest of the chamber itself is not barren. It seems to be filled with bookshelves, tables, chairs, some, all of them medium-sized creature, very rustic human, right? These are wooden tables, chairs, bookcases, lined with tomes and volumes. Some of them are out, unfolded, some are stacked up. A hearth, the stove, almost a complete one-bedroom studio apartment feel to it, right? Medieval, fantasy Seattle. That's what Remorse sees, and then the tunnel goes back down under the entrance. It looks like this is the entrance. That's hard to tell. I'd say that there's another tunnel going.
Looks
back
like this is an
underneath.
aerial entrance to a lower entrance that we're accessing.
There you go.
Yeah, cool. Whew. I don't know if I can pop right back from him at any time, or if I can pull him back from any distance.
I think you can. We'll say you can.
You say I can't? Cool, so I'll pop out, pull him back. Yeah, so the upper path leads to an aerial view of the dragon. I think coming down this way, we're gonna find the dragon.
Okay.
He's asleep right now, so...
I guess the important thing here, and thank you, the important thing here that I like to get to learn is that there's no kobolds up there.
Yeah, those aren't there.
That aerial view is nice, but I don't know if any of us really get advantage from going up there, but I guess that's an option. If you want to follow the tunnel that we found back there, you can, actually, Joy, that might work for you. You would have really good cover from up there. Just if anything, I would look out, because if he decides to fly up and breathe fire through that hole, you're fucked.
Yeah, you won't be getting open. Also, that room has a lot of lava, so be prepared to be thrown into it, probably.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Alright. But if he's asleep right now, I think the plan is move in there and try to get the jump on him. Yeah, I'm gonna stay a little bit back. I do best if I get the jump on somebody. I mean, you guys know. So if I could at least snap off the first attack to break all this thing going, it would give us a bit of a head start.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with that,
You said 4 extra minutes of game.
Oh.
I see a strategy popping in the chat that I think we should end at this moment.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. With that, that's going to be episode 28 of Delving in Deep. I'll tell you, next time, this dragon has layer actions.
Yeah, dragons have lair
It definitely
actions.
does.
As soon as I heard the lava, I was like, oh, those are lair actions. This is gonna be a fight.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
My favorite thing is I casted 2 long spells prior to this combat, so you know I'm getting my money's worth. They're gonna last a whole week.
Yeah. God, and all the spells I've been casting, and
So many. You
Yes,
cast
you've been
sneak
casting
and,
dagger.
and hop over
Dagger's
ledge
a good spell.
and rope. You cast rope. Nobody here can cast rope but you.
It's true.
I'm the only one who can cast rope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Is anybody streaming immediately after this?
I'm making some family time now.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stream, but not immediately because I need food.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to look real quick and have anybody I want to throw you over to. Oh, there's
I'm
nobody.
gonna
Oh,
stream for
now I'm
immediately.
echoing. Nope, none of that. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll see you. I think the calendar is actually pretty. I have like 2 weeks where I didn't pack any D&D in.
What? That's
May's just sort of crazy right now, though.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's like the end of college season, end of high school season. We should all have graduation right now, but
That's true.
What's graduation?
Well, you can catch me on Thursday on Bruno's stream, where we play Dungeons and Dragons. You can catch me on Colteran's stream the following Monday, where we cast the Pizza Pie, and we're coming up on the finals there. Lots of money in StarCraft action. If you're a big fan, I'm a big fan. Hopefully my internet doesn't shit out on me like it did last time. And then next Tuesday, you can find us here on Delving in Deep. Not to mention all the dozens of times these beautiful people stream. It's all in the promotions. I even cleaned it up. I took away the images. It looks neater, right? Me? If you hate it, let me know. But
Yeah.
yeah, they stream a bunch. They play. We got World of Warcraft. We got Dead by Daylight. We're looking at some regular Dead by Daylight stuff coming up on Mondays. We've got people doing Legends of Runeterra. I'm doing a bunch of Star Wars. I am sneak preview. I'm gonna do an art stream one of these days. It's already- I may or may not have purchased some kind of art tablet and am going to draw. So
What I should stream, and what I definitely should stream some point, is this. I should stream this
yes, making
Yes.
making and painting Warhammer figurines.
One day
Yeah.
I'll have a crochet stream. That would
Is
be
that
nice.
is that a weapon handle?
It's to hold the figure,
I
make
see
it
it?
easier to paint.
Yeah, this is a.
Okay.
It's like
It's just very similar to
Figure.
a tactical forward grip.
It is, and it holds like one too.
Because you would tighten it and loosen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm Uncommon. These are the best, sexiest Dungeons and Dragons players of the multiverse, Marvel, Star Wars, all that. They're better than. I'm gonna hit the Bad Daddy button and see y'all next week.
Bye.
Oh, Bad Daddy crashed. 1
Later.
second.
Bad daddy.
Daddy crash.
Bad Daddy.
It keeps kicking me in the deck. Why does it keep kicking me in the deck?
Bad Daddy. Not your son. Bad Daddy. Real boy.